Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from us here in Elmira. Jake Johnson alongside me, a guest tonight from SUNY Oswego, Zach Case. Zach, welcome to the press box in Elmira.
Thank you. Yeah, making my pro debut, I guess, tonight, and thanks for having me. It was a nice drive down from Rochester, and very excited to see what the Elmira Mammoth can do, coming off a two-game losing streak right now, and a couple weekends off and some time to prepare for this. And now they're back from the holidays, and we have a great matchup tonight.
The Elmira Mammoth losing their last two games against the Columbus River Dragons. They take on the Port Huron Prowlers here for Teddy Bear Toss night. So hopefully the Mammoth can get the Teddy Bears out on the ice early. The Port Huron Prowlers come into this one 11-9-3. They sit in third place in the Continental Division with 35 points, and they come off two losses against the Columbus River Dragons. So both these teams couldn't figure out Columbus, and they both come in on a two-game losing streak against the exact same team, and that being the Columbus River Dragons. Zach, that game up in Columbus for the Mammoth last week, and two really hard-fought games, two games where one puck could have went one way, the other one could have went the other way, but both games, the Mammoth, one fell in overtime 3-2 in the second game. In the first game, they lost 5-3. Just two really hard-fought games for the Mammoth.
Yeah, and you look at the scores in a one-goal game there and then a two-goal game the previous night, and overall it's one of those things you talked about. If a puck bounced an opposite way in favor of Elmira, we could have looked at a completely different scoreline, and it's really good to see this team from beginning of the season, maybe off to a bad start. They find their first win. Now you're looking at a really good streak in December, moving up in the fourth in the Empire standings in the division, and overall it's one of those things. Now you're looking at Port Huron, the first time these two teams have ever met in the league, and now it's one of those things where you look to continue that streak and that momentum that you gained in the November and December months.
In that game, Zach, the Elmira Mammoth lost Thomas Proudlock late in the third period. Harley White came in. He made 6 saves, but it wasn't enough as they took that one in a 5-3 loss. And then Richard Shipman played the next night, and the Mammoth did everything they could. Again, the last 5 minutes of period really haunted them. Shipman allowed a goal, and then just 14 seconds into the overtime period, it was Thomas Aldworth who scored his 5th goal of the weekend. Absolutely torched the Elmira Mammoth last weekend. So they're looking to rebound here against a very good Port Huron team. They come into this one with 4.4 goals per game, and they got one of the best scorers in the league in Dalton J. Dalton J has been absolutely phenomenal. He comes in 20 goals, 17 assists. He's second in the league in points. He's first in goals. Just an absolute unit from Dalton J.
Yeah, Dalton J is one of the players I'm watching on the forward side of things for Port Huron. He scored in their last game. They opened up the scoring just 5 minutes into the first period. He went unassisted for another goal in his really good season. You talked about his stats: 20 goals, 17 assists, sitting second in the scoring column across the whole league. Definitely a player I'm watching, but on the other side of things, just looking down the complete lineup, they got plenty of other players to look at. Frank Schumacher, Gino Mini on the defensive side of things, Alex Johnson, another threat on the defensive side, Nawad Hoffman also in that. He will be starting tonight.
Yeah, and you know, last little thing on Dalton J, comes into this one with an 18-game point streak. That's just about every game they've played. He since the beginning of the season, he has been on a point streak. He was also on a 7-game goal-scoring streak. So Dalton J, don't be surprised if you see his name in the box score after this one. We'll move to the Elmira Mammoth, and if you thought you knew this Elmira Mammoth team last week against Columbus, well, in the spirit of giving, we gave you some new players to look forward to, and one of them, the biggest name in Ryan Marker. Ryan Marker joins the team from Delaware, played 4 games there, 2 goals and 4 assists. If you follow the FPHL, you know Ryan Marker. He's been in this league for a long time. 212 career points. Last season for Delaware, 42 goals and 53 assists in just 41 games. Completely new for the Elmira Mammoth, and that's extremely exciting to watch. He's going to be on the line with Nick Gullo and Mo Lavak tonight, and I couldn't have wrote it any better, because those three, a lot of goals and a lot of good passing is going to come from that group.
Yeah, I want to see how Ryan Marker really fits into this lineup. We talked about his stats individually and how well he was last season, and he's off to a rocket start this season with a 1.5 point per game average. And now you look at it, we'll see how he really fits into this coaching staff's play style and how he performs in his first game in Elmira uniform, but then also looking at the other transaction this team had, Chase Debris and also Chris Hunt joining the team from Mississippi, another transaction earlier this week. Those are two other guys I'm watching in the lineup, as Chase will be the extra skater tonight, and also Chris Hunt on the first line alongside Dalton Anderson.
Yeah, and you look at that trade, of course, the Elmira Mammoth going to be missing Yanni Liriakos. Liriakos sent to Mississippi in that deal. Did a lot for the Elmira Mammoth, not just on the ice, but off the ice. Can't really talk to the person that Yanni was. Just, an absolutely incredible guy, incredible teammate. And he's definitely going to be missed here in Elmira. I know that a lot of the fans feel the exact same way. So we hope nothing but the best for Yanni Liriakos down in Mississippi with the Seawolves. But you talked about it. Chase Debris, Chris Hunt coming in. Chris Hunt, 14 points this season so far for the Seawolves, 7 goals and 7 assists. He's played up in the SBHL a little bit. Now Chase Debris, he played for Vermilion to start the season, 9 games played, 4 assists last season. Played for Vermilion, Macon, the Thunderbirds, and he had 4 goals and 20 assists between those 3 teams. So both guys proven scorers, proven passers, and we're going to see how they work tonight wearing the purple and orange for Elmira.
Yeah, another player to look at, and a household name already here in Elmira is Parker Moskal, sitting in 4th in points across the league, 15 goals, 20 assists for 35 points, leading Elmira in the stat column, and also sitting in that top 5 in points. And overall, he's going to be up there with Dalton J tonight. I think those are the 2 fastest scorers both teams have to offer, along with Marker. I think he's going to make an impact, but overall, you need to see how Moskal also impacts this contest.
There's a lot of high power, firepower here tonight between both these teams. You mentioned Dalton J, Parker Moskal. A couple of these guys just lighting the things up. Joseph Defeni, another one. Matt Graham, the coach, the GM, the player. Those guys for the Port Huron Prowlers. And you talk about the Elmira Mammoth. Stavros Soilis has been playing well for this Elmira team. Dalton Anderson comes in on a 4-game point streak, a 3 goals scored in a row streak. Tate Leeson back in the lineup, which is really good to see. He's missed the last couple weeks. Parker Moskal, as we mentioned, missed the last couple weeks. He's back in the lineup. So the Mammoth, right now, they get some new guys. They add back the guys they had originally. And this lineup tonight, we'll see how it works. But I won't be surprised if this game's, a 7-5 game, a 6-4 type of game. A lot of goals to be scored here at First Arena.
You talk about Tate Leeson coming back in the lineup. That's huge for Elmira. Plus-minus rating coming into the contest. Really a huge guy you see on the scoreboard and the stat sheet a lot, but also making an impact, a 200-foot player. That's huge on the defensive side of thing. And I guess really shifting over to the goaltending situation, right? Richard Shipman playing for Elmira. He'll be the starting netminder. Comes in with 2 wins, 8 games played, a 2.62 goals against average and a .937 save percentage. Definitely a solid netminder that Elmira has this evening for the Mammoth, but overall a guy that's going to be looking to stop plenty of pucks and shut down this high-power offense.
And then coming in for the Port Huron Prowlers starting tonight is going to be Wyatt Hofflin. Exciting to see him. He's played a couple games this year for the Port Huron Prowlers. We'll see what he can do for them tonight as they've kind of, rotated their goalie situation. Joe Noonan was in there for a little while. He got the start in one of the games against Columbus, and then the next night, Wyatt Hofflin had 34 saves in the 7-3 loss to the River Dragons. So both those guys getting a lot of starts, and I think we'll see it like with the Mammoth this week. Thomas Proudlock still dealing with the knee injury, getting an MRI this week. So it's going to be Richard Shipman and Harley White going back and forth and splitting the time in between the pipes. So we'll see a lot of those 2 guys this week.
Yeah, we'll see how the coaching staff really shifts the 2 netminders in and out, maybe a 50-50 split, maybe a 60-40, and we'll see how that happens with Proudlock, obviously out due to injury. But I guess looking at it also on the offensive side of things, Elmira coming in with a -34 goal differential, Port Huron coming in with a +4 goal differential. So you really look at it, plenty of players over 1 point per game, 5 players for Elmira, 7 for Port Huron. So you talk about the offense, it's really going to be the battle of who can score the most goals, obviously, but then the goaltending obviously playing a factor. 2 solid netminders tonight for each team.
Richard Shipman did everything he could to give the Mammoth a win the other night. He at least got the team a point in the standings in the 3-2 loss against Columbus. 45 saves for him in that game. Played the best game I've seen him play all year. He did have a really good start earlier this season against the Watertown Wolves, getting his first win in a Mammoth uniform in that game. So it's good to see Richard Shipman getting the start tonight, giving Thomas Proudlock a little bit of rest. As we all know, the Mammoth with 4 games this week, taking on the Port Huron Prowlers tonight, going to take them on again on Wednesday, and then the team will travel down to Winston-Salem and take on the Carolina Thunderbirds. Another exciting matchup, and it'll be the first time that these two teams see each other this season.
And of course, in really looking on the Elmira side of things, the last win coming in a 2-1 victory over Watertown back on December 11th. Obviously, unable to get a win against Columbus on that weekend on the away trip. Then they take a weekend off due to Christmas, and now they're back for a Monday night puck drop. And overall, you look at it, it's trying to get back to those winning ways against Watertown, and really a good way to do it tonight. First time ever playing Port Huron, able to get some points in the Elmira division and take some points heading into a long week, a busy week. And it's one of those things you can't get really choked up on one game. You got to have a quick mind, an easy mind, look forward to the next shift. But also, if you get a bad result tonight, take a day off tomorrow, get practice going, and then look ahead to Wednesday.
Yeah, you know, you kind of look at the result for tonight and see what that'll bring. We're going to get to our score predictions here, and actually, I have a bold take coming up for this one tonight. I think every single new Mammoth player scores a goal tonight. I'm going with Ryan Marker, I'm going with Chase DeBari, and I'm going with Chris Hunt. I think all of those guys find the back of the net in their first game wearing the Mammoth on their chest.
I don't know if they all get a goal tonight. I'll say all 3 of them are going to be on the score sheet one way or another. I think they all add on the offensive side of things, and they really make an impact right away, and that's something you're going to need if you're the coaching staff for Elmira tonight. It's a really good Prowlers team, and I guess let's get into score predictions.
Score predictions for this one, I kind of talked about earlier. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I'm going to go with a 6-4 Elmira Mammoth victory. I think the rest that they got on this Christmas break, haven't had a game in over a week, so they had the weekend off. They had the whole week off. A couple guys went home for Christmas, and now for the Mammoth, I think they're going to get back into it and come up with a huge win tonight against the Port Huron Prowlers.
I'm going to go with a little less of a goal-scoring affair. Let's go 4-1 with an empty netter. So game's going to be a little closer. I think net mine is going to be huge. Shipman's going to make a huge impact for Elmira, and we'll see what the other side of Hoffman brings for Port Huron. But I think it's a little closer to the game, a 4-1 victory in favor of Elmira.
Now, a player to watch for you, Zach, in this one. I'll start for the Elmira Mammoth, and I'm going to go with Tate Leeson. I'm excited to see him back in the lineup. He's a guy that can do a lot of things, and he's back with Parker Moskal. And you know who else is on that line? Kyle Stevens. Kyle Stevens back in the lineup for the Mammoth. You know, you keep looking down the line for this team tonight, and you see a guy, and you're like, wow, he's on that line, or wow, he's back in the lineup. Kyle Stevens, Parker Moskal, and Tate Leeson holds the second line together. Tate Leeson and Parker Moskal were playing together all season long, and just absolutely fantastic between the 3 of them. Obviously, Isaiah Crawford was on the line. He's scratched tonight, so I'm interested to see what Tate Leeson does back in the lineup.
I'm going to go deeper in the lineup there, Jacob, and I'm going to go with number 94, Mo Levac, and he's on the 3rd line centering Nick Bello, and then Ryan Marker tonight. And he's coming into the contest, 16 games played with 1 goal, 9 assists, 10 points, 1 power play goal, as well as 10th season in FPHL. I really think he's going to break out tonight and have a really good point night to start out this long week of hockey.
And for the Port Huron Prowlers, I'm actually going to go with their head coach, Matt Graham. The GM, as I mentioned, it's his 6th season with Port Huron, 395 career points, 121 goals, 274 assists. He comes into this one with 17 assists. So Matt Graham, he can do it all. He can talk from the bench. He can play on the bench. He can be on the ice. So it's really exciting to see Matt Graham kind of have that role, similar to Joe Pace in Mississippi.
I think I have to go with Dalton Jay tonight for Port Huron. The guy's got 4 power play goals, comes with a +3 plus-minus rating, 1.6 points per game, 2nd in the league in points. And overall, you just got to go with a guy like Dalton Jay. He's going to make an impact all over the ice tonight. We'll definitely see him on the score sheet if Richard Shipman cannot keep the puck out of the net.
As we get to the starting lineups, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll have starting lineups, the national anthem, and then we'll have puck drop here at First Arena. It's Teddy Bear Toss night. Folks, don't go anywhere. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at First Arena, and we're going to get set for puck drop. Starting lineup between these three teams, it's going to be Stavros Soyas, Chris Hunt, and the other forward, Dalton Anderson, the two defensemen, Nathan Campbell and Christopher Maratea, and in between the pipes, Richard Shipman. And the starting lineup for the Port Huron Prowlers out there is going to be number 17, Tuckle Scanterbury, number 21, Dan Chartrand, number 77, Sam Merritt, as well as number 62, Gino Mini. And the last one to round it out is going to be the defenseman, Frank Schumacher. And as we mentioned, number 72, Wyatt Hofflin, in between the pipes for Port Huron.
Yeah, just looking at it overall, looking for Elmira, got to get off to a quick start. The first shift is rather important and one of the most important ones. And if the Mammoth can get off to a good start testing this goaltender early, it's going to be off to a good one for the Mammoth.
Now it's immediately dropped down, and Hofflin looks to play it out of his net. Nathan Campbell picks it up in the defensive zone. Maratea look to send it in. It's quickly bounced out of play, and that's into the Port Huron bench. We'll get another face-off.
Yeah, just looking at some keys to the game, I guess on the Prowlers side of things, just get the bus legs out and under you, get some shots on Shipman early, make sure you test the netminder, and on the Elmira side of things, make sure to protect the house and take care of the defensive zone first.
Another center right face-off. That one going to be won by the Mammoth. Chris Hunt going to play it in deep. Hoffman comes out of his net to play it. Puts it on his tape. Now it's played in the far side corner, working his way up is Scanterbury. Scanterbury in front of both benches. He's going to play it into the near side corner. Bangs off the boards behind the net, now wrapped around towards the blue line. He takes a kick out, gets by Mini, and it's going to be played all the way down. Forward's going to go for a line change here for the Mammoth. Gino Mini plays it up to Scanterbury, drops it back for Dan Chartrand. He drops it down low. Mini's bumped off the puck. Now it's thrown on net. It's loose off the back, jumped out in front, still loose out in front, and that one's going to be poked all the way out. Comes to Tate Leeson. Leeson plays it for Kyle Stevens. He plays it off the half wall. Meeting to it was Johnson. Now Moskal in the neutral zone. It's picked up and played back defensively for Port Huron and Alex Johnson. Johnson plays it in the neutral zone, crosses the blue line. And we're going to get a whistle here. That'll stop play at 18:49.
Really good zone entry there by the Port Huron Prowlers prior to the offside. Led to a good offensive opportunity, but a really good job from Elmira Mammoth to take care of the house, take care of the crease, and clear that puck away, and it almost led to an offensive opportunity on the counterattack.
The D pair out there now, Nicholas Papandrea and Don Carter. Face-off going to be won by Port Huron, played down by Brian Parsons. He's going to ring it around the boards, finds Dalton Jay, and Jay pushes it out to the blue line for Johnson. Stevens able to get a tip on that. Puck goes flying up into the crowd. And another souvenir. That one right over the head of assistant GM and assistant coach down there, Mike Cosentino.
There's a lot of back and forth hockey so far, and not a lot of offense has started, but we'll see if the Port Huron Prowlers can get anything going off this offensive faceoff.
Now it's played out. It's first shift for Ryan Marker's career in the Elmira Mammoth, and he touches the puck immediately. Pass looked up for Gullo, got a piece of a stick. It's played right back in by the Prowlers. Don Carter picks it up in the defensive end. Works through the neutral zone, plays off for Gullo. Gullo pass for Levac. Levac skating in, and Marker was offsides, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off here at 18-18. No shots on net for either team here.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of back and forth hockey, and it looks like both teams can't really figure out the neutral zone. A lot of bad entries so far, but see if Elmira can get something started here. It's been a lot of Port Huron so far in the offensive zone, but not a lot of shots for either team, really.
Another face-off win there for the Prowlers. It's played to the far side. Marker looked to pick it up in the neutral zone, tried to get past Levac. Levac spins it wrapped around, and it's going to be picked up in the defensive zone. Played through into the neutral zone, working its way up was Larry Vartine, and he throws a quick shot on. Shipman closes the pad, and he'll cover it up with the glove. First shot on net. Yeah,
good pad there by Shipman, and he's getting warmed up into this contest, and he's in that minder to look out for really coming into the contest, and played plenty of hockey games so far, 2-0-1 record, and only 8 goals against so far in those contests, so we'll see how he fits into the net tonight.
Offense zone face-off, that one going to be won by the Prowlers. It's played out to the blue line, Adam Hansel. Hansel looked to dump it down low. Now it's picked up in the far side corner. Joe DeFeni tried to throw it across. Now it's going to be dumped down low. Goes to the far side. Soyas lays a hit on. A massive blow there to Hensel. It's played behind the cage. Now a centering pass that Worked out by Vartanen. He throws a shot on, sticked into the corner by Shipman. 17:35 to play here in the period. Vartanen out to the blue line, slap shot coming on. That one blocked by the stick of Chris Hunt. Maratea plays it off the sideboards. Now they look to pick it up down below. Centering pass, working his way in. Shot, that one saved by Shipman. Able to get a pad on and played it up and over. Puck still loose along the half wall, and Dalton Anderson able to play it to Hunt. Hunt goes for Soilis. Soilis works into the offense zone. Now he stood up. Soilis in a pushing battle there with Hansel. Comes back into the neutral zone. Tim O'Connor gets a stick on it momentarily. Played back defensively as the Prowlers go through a change. 3 minutes gone here in the period. Now working their way up. 2-on-1 opportunity. Scantlebury centering pass, and that one whiffed on by Sam Merritt. Now a quick shot coming on. Shipman plays it to the corner. Now it's still loose out behind the cage. Parker Moskal tries to clear the zone. Now it's still loose out of front. Shipman will close the pads, and we'll get a stoppage with some pushing and shoving out in front of the cage.
An odd man rush all comes from the speed in the neutral zone from the Prowlers. Merritt on the back door. Unfortunately, the puck bounces right over his stick, but rewinding a little earlier, Adam Hensel driving from the left side point right down through the slot, and a good outlet pass from the corner right out to Hensel at the top of the slot, and a good shot opportunity, but an even better save from Shipman, and that's really good zone time right there for the Prowlers.
Levac plays the draw back, and it's first to the puck was Carter. Carter going to work to the far side. He's pressured there by Chartrand. Prowlers look for a sending pass for Scantlebury. It's played now to the near side. Golo plays it back for Papandrea. Papandrea plays it for Marker. He's able to absorb a quick hit. Marker now with it on his stick. Mammoth still below the goal line looking to get out of their zone. Comes for Levac. Levac held up along the sideboards. Now he's able to play it across. Looks to play it to Marker. Marker has to go between his legs. Now it's up for the Prowlers. Now they work through the neutral zone. Scantlebury. Tuckle Scantlebury into the offensive zone. Look to drop it off. Now he works his way down. Throws a shot quick on, but he keeps it on his stick. Now it's out to the blue line. Shot coming on through the legs of Shipman, and the Prowlers score. They'll give credit to number 25, Alex Johnson. And the Prowlers at 15:49 strike first and make it 1-0.
Alex Johnson with his 4th goal on the season, and it was just a basic point shot from the point, a couple bodies in front of the net. Shipman unable to get his stick down to block the 5-hole. You look at the replay, and just a point shot and a couple bodies in front of Shipman in a quick 1-0 hockey game with 15:47 remaining.
Dalton Jay immediately goes back the other way, throws a shot on, and Shipman will play it into his glove and hold on to it for the neutral zone, or excuse me, for a face-off. Port Huron 7 shots on net. The Mammoth have not tested Wyatt Heflin just yet.
That all really comes down to the zone time that the Prowlers are able to get, and the puck just comes up to the point. A nice shot opportunity from Johnson.
Johnson looked to throw a shot on, and it's loose off the back of the netting, and Shipman will just cover it up.
Just another hot net opportunity from Johnson. He gets the puck off the face-off, and he looks to ricochet it off the backboards, and good cover-up from Shipman, and he's just got to stay confident here. One goes in, and maybe an unlucky bounce, but still a 1-0 hockey game, and there's plenty of time left, obviously.
Campbell plays it over for Chris Hunt. Hunt through the neutral zone looking for Stavros Soilis, immediately picked up by the Prowlers. Soilis plays it through into the neutral zone. Dalton Jay right there, he's going to play it in the offensive end. Finds a stick of Campbell. Now held up by Hunt. Hunt looked for a cross-ice pass, picked off, and going the other way is Liam Freeborn. Freeborn across for Jay. Jay tried to kick it through, and it went off his skate. Port Huron and Matt Graham retain possession. Centering pass, Jay shoots, kick save by Shipman. Soilis through the neutral zone. He's hassled by Graham, and Dalton Anderson just going to play it in. Icing waved off as Mammoth go through a change. Moskal now with the puck tries to find Stevens, and he's met there by Brian Parsons. It's Jay with a 2-on-2 the other direction. He'll switch places, go for Johnson. Bat into the corner by Tim O'Connor. Johnson, one of the assistant players here, now finds Tate Leeson in the neutral zone. Leeson with a 1-on-1, he has Henning. Leeson tries to bounce it by, and he's stood up by Dustin Henning, the captain of this Port Huron team. Pikarski looked to play it up for Moskal as a hop off his stick, back in the defensive end. Finds Joseph Devaney. Now into the offense zone, go the Prowlers. Devaney working his way in. He's hit hard. It's going to be Stevens. Stevens plays it off the sideboard. It's Leeson. Leeson with a breakaway. And it's going to be an icing. Leeson just a little eager there. And at 14:04, we'll get our first media timeout.
It looks like an offsides call there, but Leeson, plenty of speed in the neutral zone. And one thing in the first 5-6 minutes so far this contest has been a couple errors really from the Elmira squad on their breakout, unable to find the flying winger on the far side, an easy pickoff from the Prowlers. But overall, they've been trying to improve that, and Leeson's been one of those guys that's been picking up on it.
You see the video board here. Congrats to Stavros Soilis, his 100th career game played in the FPHL tonight for the Elmira Mammoth. Good to see Stavros Soilis get that 100 games under his belt here, and hopefully there's 100 more to come for Stavros Soilis.
Not a bad showing, especially for the winger trying to make an impact tonight for Elmira, but overall it's so far been the Prowlers, and Johnson with a nice quick shot from the point, gets past Shipman, and that's been the contest so far. And it's really been Elmira really settling into the contest, and they haven't been settled in the first couple of minutes, and now they're trying to get their chances, but really need to start testing Hofflin. Not a lot of shots on net so far from the Elmira Mammoth.
And you look at it on the other side for Port Huron, Larry Vartiainen, it is his 100th game tonight played in the FPHL, so congratulations to Vartiainen in his 100th career game played in the FPHL. Good to see two guys going at it that have been in the league for a little while. So 14:04, it'll be a neutral zone face-off in front of the blue line, and Levac able to play it back for Papandreou, go for Carter. Carter plays it off the boards in front of the Mammoth bench. Now he holds it all on the blue line. It's picked up by Chartrand. He shoots on, he scores! Dan Chartrand goes top shelf on Richard Shipman, and it's 2-0 Prowlers.
Chartrand picks up the puck in the neutral zone off a turnover from Elmira, and he'll get his second goal of the season as he goes high glove side past Shipman. Shipman unable to get his glove up, goes down to a butterfly, and it's a really good timed shot from Chartrand. He picks up his second of the season, makes this a 2-0 hockey game with 13:53 remaining in the first.
Mammoth still failing to register a shot on net as they win the face-off, and Marker looked to play it in. Tucker Scantleberry plays into the defensive end. Merite goes off the wall, and Golo and Marker nearly collide. Goes to Golo. Golo in the offense zone. Golo shoots on. Heflin blocks it away. Puck goes up into the air, picked up by Chartrand. Goes for Scantleberry. Now it's played in. Shipman has it on his stick. He'll elect to cover up and get a draw at 13:24.
So Nick Gallo with his first shot of the contest, and the first shot also for Elmira, and a really good opportunity on the rush. Just looked to shoot a little lower and get a rebound opportunity. Goes high off the blocker and an easy zone hat trick for the Prowlers.
It's going to be Matt Graham on the faceoff with Dalton Anderson. It comes out to the blue line and dumped in. First to the puck was Tyler Pikarski. He has it in the far side corner. Now he loses it out in the front and just covering up with Shipman. Dalton J couldn't get a stick on it, and Shipman will freeze it.
Got to be careful there if you're Pikarski. A little pressure trying to walk out and find a winger below the goal line, and that puck skips over in front of the slot, and good awareness there from Richard Shipman to get the glove down to cover that one up before Dalton J could get there.
13-13 here in the period. Now it's won by Jay. He shoots on, block by Shipman into the corner. Comes back for Graham working behind the goal line. He has Pikarski on his back. Now Pikarski able to play it up for Soilis. Soilis has a streaking chase to Dabari. Dabari down the far side. He shoots that one wide of Heflin. Comes back into the neutral zone. Anderson plays it back for Pikarski. Pikarski crosses the red line. He'll play it in. Comes to Heflin. He'll scoop it up in the glove, and we'll get an offense zone face-off here for the Mammoth.
Good read there on the shot opportunity. Unfortunately, just goes wide, and that's all really the speed coming out of the defensive zone for Elmira, and they're able to jump ahead and get past that Port Huron defense, and that's what the Mammoth need to continue to do, really. Just continue to provide some offense and get some offense on the rush, but need to get more than one opportunity if you're the Mammoth.
First action we saw there for Chase Dabari in the game. As we mentioned, the extra skater tonight. Now Carter. Carter plays it into the neutral zone. He's going to play it back defensively for Nicholas Papandrea. Papandrea goes up for Tate Leeson. Leeson has Stevens. He goes to him. Stevens crossing the offense zone. He shoots. Heflin able to blocker it away. Now Parker Moskal shoots that one. Sent wide. Carter keeps it in the zone. Going to play below the goal line for Tate Leeson. Leeson for Stevens. Stevens now for Tate Leeson. Leeson working down the near side. He's going to go down. And it's picked off by Defenny. Working the other way are the Prowlers in the offense zone. Quick shot coming on that one. Saved by Richard Chipman. And Parker Moskal able to clear the zone. Alex Johnson pass across. Finds Brian Parsons. Working their way up Sam Merritt. Merritt through the neutral zone. Merritt into the offense zone, goes for Gagnon. Gagnon pass for Scantlebury. Shoots it, scores! Tucker Scantlebury makes it 3-0 at 11:40 to play here in the period. And the Prowlers continue to add on.
Scantlebury with his 12th goal of the season, and he's going to go blocker side on Shipman. There's a really good zone entry, a 3-on-2 opportunity. They dish the puck out, back into the slot to Scantlebury, who buries that one. And a bad start for Elmira so far, down 3-0 with 11:40 remaining. They got to jumpstart the offense and take care of the D zone to get back in this contest and find the first goal, start to chip away at this Prowlers lead.
Tucker Scantlebury third on the team in goals, with that one makes him 12 on the season. Now he tied for second on the team with Joseph Defenny. And the Prowlers have a quick 3-0 lead, not even 10 minutes into this one. Marker loose out in front, couldn't get on his stick. Now Levac drop pass, goal across. Levac, they score! Mo Levac sends the Teddy Bears flying here at First Arena, and the Mammoth answer immediately back and make it 3-1.
What a good goal there, a turnover in the offensive zone for Elmira. They're going to be able to pick it up off the Prowler's stick, and Nick Gello unable to really get a shot. He's going to move it over to Mo, and Mo buries for another goal this season. And he finds his second goal of the season. I talked about him at the beginning of the show, a guy to watch out. He's going to send the Teddy Bears flying. Mine was unable to get out there. I didn't have the arm for it from the press box.
Mine landed in the penalty box, unfortunately.
Mine's sitting in the first row right now, and no one has touched it yet. But a really good goal, and it's one of those things where you just take advantage right off the face-off. You're able to find a loose puck in front and bury. And that's what you need there, a quick turnover, a counterattack, and they catch the Prowlers sleeping.
So for the Mammoth and Mo Levac, his second of the season, we kind of talked about it, me and him, on the road trip, about his ability to score goals. And he kind of always says to me, you know, I like to set up my teammates. I like to be one of the guys that puts guys in position to score. And with a line like Ryan Marker and Nick Gullo, he can do that because you have speed and you have ability. But in that one, his teammates set him up and he buried it in the back of the net.
It was really a team effort on that line out there, and Marker was involved. Gullo looking for a shot, but he's able to find Levick on the backside, and it was a solid goal and a really a good snipe that goes past Hofflin. But you really look at it, look at the shot opportunities in the first period so far, 13 of 4 in favor of the Prowlers, and for Elmira, they just need to continue to put shots on Hofflin and make opportunities, and obviously a really good forecheck right off the faceoff leads to a goal, and they find their first.
It's got to feel really good for Richard Shipman. You know, you're down 3-0, and then the team answers back for you to make it 3-1, make this a game that's very doable, and we're still not 10 minutes into the first period. And I talked about it before, high-scoring game. Well, we got 4 goals in the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, we've already reached my scoring prediction, unfortunately, but you really talk about it, it's just a lot of different style of hockey. You got a couple right off the get-go, right off on a rush opportunity for both sides. Then you got some zone time that leads to some goals. So really it's been all over the place in terms of scoring, a couple weaker goals, some really good shots that go past Shipman, and we'll see if he can improve his game, and the Elmira Mammoth need to support in front of him. But overall it's been a lot of back-and-forth hockey, and Elmira able to find their first one and really change the contest so far. And like you talked about, still 11 minutes of hockey left to go in this first period.
Ryan Marker with his first point as an Elmira Mammoth gets the assist on that one, and Nick Gullo adds his 6th assist on the season. It brings him to 4th on the team for the Elmira Mammoth. Those are the assists on the goal. Looks like the ice is cleared up from all the teddy bears here at First Arena, and those will all go to the local children's hospital here in Elmira. And obviously we'll have some pictures in the count for you on our social media on how many bears were thrown on the ice. Good to see it go to a local cause and help some of the children in need.
Yeah, definitely a good cause. My third teddy bear toss so far this season, and there's plenty of them now, and it's a really good tradition that comes around in the hockey world in December.
So 11:27 to play here in the period. 3-1 lead for the Prowlers. The Mammoth with a goal off the stick of Mo Levac. And waiting for the doors to close here, and we'll get back to hockey at First Arena.
This is a big shift here for Elmira. They're going to run it back with that same line that just got the goal. We'll see if they can provide another answer, or at least continue to build on the momentum that they just gave this Mammoth squad.
Crowd got a little excited here, obviously, with the teddy bears being tossed on the ice. Get the crowd into it. And we'll see if the Mammoth can move a little closer as Tim O'Connor looked to drop it down for Levac. That one just passed his extended stick. Heflin comes out of his net to play it. Down low for Gullo. Gullo has marker out in front. Look for a cross-ice centering pass. And that one blocked there by number 21, Dan Chartrain. He'll come immediately the other direction. Chartrain offensive zone. Shot on Shipman. He'll save it. Now Pikarski on the backhand. He'll play up for Gullo. Gullo into the offensive zone. Gullo work his way in, and now he's held up on the boards by Gino Mini. To the far side corner. Marker on it initially. Now it's played back for Frank Schumacher. He'll go for Chartrand. Out of the neutral zone, Tucker Scantleberry. One goal already to his credit today. And now dumped in. Shipman comes out of his net to play it. Has a miscue on it initially, and Matt Graham with no help plays it to the far side corner. Stavros Solis the first one on the puck. Solis, a former Port Huron Prowler. Played a couple seasons there in Michigan. Now Chris Hunt looks to kick it through. Comes into the offense zone, but met by Parsons. Hunt has to hold it at the blue line, wait for Solis to escape the zone. Now he looked to work his way in, but immediately picked up by the Prowlers. Alex Johnson going to play it in. 10 minutes to go here in the first period. 3-1 Port Huron lead. Now a centering pass. They look to find Dalton Jay. Chris Hunt bats it into the corner. Now finds Jay. Jay shoots. 5-hole and scores. Dalton Jay continues his scoring streak, and that's his 8th game in a row with a goal and 19th game in a row with a point, and he makes it 4-1 Prowlers.
His 21st goal of the season, as the Prowlers team was able to find him right in the circle, really, and they go low under the blocker. A really good shot from Jay to find a slot there, and it looks like we'll have a goaltending change for Elmira early in this contest.
It's going to bring in Harley White here.
Harley White's going to step in a 1-2 record. His 3rd season in the league, made 64 saves so far this contest, but with 4 goals against. Shipman's going to take a seat.
Just not the night that Richard Shipman wanted. This Mammoth team has to support Harley White as he works his way into the game. It's going to be Chase Dabari. Dabari down the far side. Cross-ice pass over Tate Leeson. Leeson along the half wall. He's met by Gagnon. Now he's held up there. It comes for Stevens. Stevens in the face-off dot. Passed. And a turnover created by Port Huron. Working away is Vartianen. He's going to play it in the offensive zone. Gagnon on the first one too, but it's picked up by Chase Dabari. Dabari, he'll work through the neutral zone, finds Maratea. The defenseman skating into the offensive zone. He's got Tate Leeson. Leeson down the far side. He's met by a couple Prowlers. Now Maratea catches it out of the air. Look to play it up for Chase Dabari. He's hit by Gagnon, and the Prowlers immediately take control again. Under 9 minutes to play here in the period. Golo bats it out of the air. Right to the stick of Devaney. Plays into the offensive zone. Tim O'Connor blocks the pass across. Playing it from a knee with Scantleberry. Now looking to wrap it around on the backhand. Quick kick save by Harley White. Robs a goal right there. Molovac able to backhand a pass up in the air for Nathan Campbell. That one's kept in the zone by Shoemaker. He shoots that one wide. Bangs off the backboards, but still kept in the zone. Chartrand. Now a shot coming on, sticked into the corner by White. Marker can't get out of the zone. And now it's kept at the feet of Ryan Marker. He picks it up. Marker just going to flip it into the neutral zone. Skating down to get it was Gino Mini. Mini plays off for Shoemaker. Shoemaker drop pass there. It's played in the corner. Scantlebury. He goes out to the blue line for Mini. Mini look to play it down low. Now it comes back out for Shoemaker. He shoots that one, saved. Now Gola goes for Levac. Levac has Marker on the other side. Mo Levac into the offense zone, but he's met by Dalton J on the back check. Now it's Matt Graham the other direction. Goes for Liam Freeborn. Freeborn drop past Jay. And Jay's pass picked off. Ryan Marker with a one-on-one the other direction. Ryan Marker with an opportunity. He goes and takes a quick shot on. Heflin decides not to cover it up. He'll play it on his stick. But Pandria picks it off in the neutral zone. He has no help. Now Chris Hunt skates in. Hunt looks to create a turnover along the half wall, but it's played out for Matt Graham. It's batted off his stick, and Nicholas Papandria picks it up in the defensive zone. 7 minutes remaining here in the period. 4-1 Port Huron lead. Chris Hunt looks to drag by. He's held up by Alex Johnson and it's pushed into the corner. Don Carter on the puck. Now a battle along the half wall comes out for Sam Gagnon. Gagnon has to wait. Now he can enter the offensive zone. Pass across for Alex Johnson. Johnson already with 1 goal today. Don Carter collides with Joe DeFeni. Now Stavros Solis there. And Don Carter able to clear the zone. It's going to roll all the way down, and we'll get an icing here at 6:25.
A lot of back and forth hockey, but the Prowlers really taking advantage of the majority of that, and it really just comes down to puck possession. And the Prowlers have been doing a good job of keeping the puck and fending it off, and the back check from Dalton J to lead to a turnover there, and the puck heading back over to the Prowlers. Really good, hard-working hockey, and that's why the Prowlers have that 4-1 lead with 6:25 remaining in the first.
Mammoth really haven't tested Wyatt Heflin too awful much here in the first period. We talked about maybe coming out hot with the break, but maybe you're coming out not practicing all week and you're just finally getting your legs underneath you, and that could be the case here for the Mammoth.
And Wyatt Hofflin hasn't really looked stellar so far, and like I said, Elmira hasn't really tested him, but Harley White coming into the contest making a couple really good saves, a really good pad save on a loose puck in front, and it really comes down to the netminder coming right off the bench, no prep, just had a couple minutes in warm-up. He was sitting on the bench cold a little bit. Now he's coming in making an impact and making some timely saves, but Elmira needs to play better in front of him and really limit this lead. And a good time right now, get a goal before the end of the first period and really cut down this lead and start chipping away at it.
So it's 6:25 to play here in the period. Both teams wait for the media timeout to end. And there's the horn for that. And we'll get set. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off coming here for the Prowlers. That one won by DeFeni. Now picked up by Anderson. Papandra swings back in the defensive zone. Sends a saucer pass up. That one bounces into the glove of Heflin, and he'll hold on to it for a face-off offensive zone draw coming here for Elmira.
Yeah, Elmira was looking to jumpstart some offense, looking for a long pass from the defensive zone to the neutral zone. Goes off a Prowler stick right into the glove of Hofflin, and see if the Mammoth can take advantage on an offensive zone faceoff.
Anderson looked to play it back for Hunt. It's flipped up into the neutral zone off to the stick of Christopher Merite. He goes D to D with Campbell. Campbell in the offensive zone finds Hunt. Hunt cross ice looking for Dalton Anderson. And it's picked up and sent the other way. Gagnon. Gagnon working his way down. He looked to throw a shot on how he's played down. Delayed penalty coming here. Port Huron still with possession of the puck. Comes for Gagnon. Heflin has been pulled. Now Minnie. Minnie goes cross ice for Hansel. Hansel lines up. He shoots. Saved by White. And we'll get our first penalty of the game here at 5:39.
It's going to be a hooking call as Elmira will take a seat. It's going to be Chris Hunt going to the penalty box and taking the penalty on the rush there. And it's one you don't want to take, but you might have to take there. And we'll see the Prowlers power play for the first time, ranked 7th in the league with 18.3 power play efficiency with 22 goals on 120 attempts, the most attempts on the power play by any team in the FPHL. So we'll see how this power play unit fares. We'll see if they can extend this lead with 5:39 remaining in the first.
It's going to bring us to our first Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill here at First Arena. We'll see if the Mammoth can eat away at the clock here and hopefully kill a successful penalty. They've been pretty good on the penalty kill thus far this season. Dalton Jay working below the goal line, tried to get a pass through. Pikarski blocked it momentarily, and Jay going to play it back for Graham. Graham plays it out, quick shot coming on, Harley White kick save. Another one with a rebound and now cleared out by Gullo.
Really good clear there, and you talk about the penalty kill for Elmira, ranked third in the league with an 83.5% efficiency.
Pikarski tried to clear the puck, and that one bounces off Molovac, but Tim O'Connor with his big body able to clear the zone. Johnson will have to pick up in the defensive end. Now into the neutral zone, working Sam Merritt. Merritt going to play into the offensive end. It's batted off his stick by Meritea, finds Gullo. Gullo looked to backhand a pass through, now he'll get a change. New PK unit coming on here for Elmira. Merritt absorbs a hit from Papandrea, plays it to the far side. Gino Mini the first one on it. Under a minute left here on the power play. Shoemaker lines up. He shoots that one, blocked out in front, never reached Harley White. Christopher Meritea clears his own.
A lot of one and done so far for this Prowlers power play. They get one shot opportunity, but an even better clear from the Mammoth PK squad.
Tucker Scantleberry working his way into the offense zone down the far side. Puck bounces up in the air, now Scantleberry picks up. Plays it back below the goal line, he's working below the cage. Quick shot coming on that one. Goes up and over the net, and it'll roll all the way down. Now Soilers the first one on it. Soilers look to play and kill some time in the offense zone. He holds up Joe Defeni. Defeni able to make a pass through. 15 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Prowlers. Vartiainen to the blue line for Schumacher. Back to Vartiainen. He'll work his way in, can't get his pass off his stick. Tim O'Connor gets it clear, and that'll be a successful penalty kill for the Elmira Mammoth. Shoemaker works right back in. Drop past Scantleberry. Scantleberry below the goal line, blocked off his stick by Pikarski. Pikarski with some clean ice in front of him, goes off the glass. Tate Leeson looked to work by. Matt Graham the first one on it. Now it's met by Parker Moskal. Loose out in front, Tate Leeson with it, back behind the cage. Tate Leeson gonna play it for Moskal. Now Chase Dabari on the puck. Dabari in the face-off zone. It goes from the near side to the far side. Now he picks it up at the blue line. Saucer pass across Nathan Campbell. Campbell thought about lining it up. Now he's going to play it for Meritea. Meritea in the offensive zone. 3 minutes remaining here. Meritea with space. He shoots. Heflin makes the save. Kept right back in by Dabari. Tate Leeson looked to create a turnover, but it's batted in off the glass. Comes him to the defensive end, and Nathan Campbell has to go pick up. Tate Leeson tried to play it through. 2:40 to play here in the period. Prowlers tried to work their way in, but it's Moskal who picks up. Moskal, he's working his way in. He shoots. Heflin makes the save. Some fancy stick work there for Parker Moskal, looking to beat Wyatt Heflin, but he makes the save, and at 2:26, we'll get an under 5-minute media timeout.
A really good save there and a really good couple of shifts there from Elmira, and it really just created some zone time, and the Prowlers kind of easing off and giving them that area, and it's one of those things where if you're the Prowlers, you need to be all over Elmira. Don't give them that space. Don't let them create in space, and the Prowlers able to get that space they needed and get some shot opportunities and move the puck around, and just unable to get a puck past that netminder.
So we'll get another media timeout here, and Elmira Mammoth, talked about it all season long. They play really well after the under 5-minute media timeout. We'll see if they can head into the locker room with some positive news, if they could potentially score one here to make it a 2-goal deficit.
Just got to continue to get that zone time. They were able to find that after the penalty kill, and really get a really good successful penalty kill, spark some offense, and they were able to find that in zone with the Moskal line, and it really just started some chaos for the Prowlers, and they were able to get a couple clears, but nothing into their own offensive zone, and that's what Elmira needs to continue to do, is just wear down this Port Huron team and continue to get some shot opportunities, still trailing in the shot column.
The Mammoth line that gave him the first goal of the game back out there with Molevac, Ryan Marker, and Nick Gullo, as well as Nicholas Papandrea and Don Carter Jr. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off for Elmira. We get a quick whistle to hold up the draw. Molevac able to get it to Marker. Marker, quick shot on. Heflin makes the save. Scantlebury held up by Molevac. Goes for Parsons. Parsons down the far side, switches direction and goes for Alex Johnson. Johnson plays a high off the glass, bounces into the neutral zone to the stick of Don Carter. Carter spins along the half wall. Cross ice pass for Marker, and Marker going to play it in. Skating in was Nicholas Papandrea, is met by Alex Johnson. Johnson able to get a pass through. It's Scantlebury in the offensive end. Scantlebury tried to make a move by Gullo. He's held up, and Levac clears his own. 1:40 to play here in the period. Scantlebury right back in. He's working down the far side. Don Carter leaves it off for Levac. Marker goes for Gullo. Gullo through center ice. Marker into the offensive end. To the far side corner and immediately picked up by Port Huron. Mammoth no offensive zone time here with 1:20. It's Defeni. Defeni, quick shot on. Top shelf and scores. Joseph Defeni goes bar down and puts the Prowlers up 5-1.
Defeni with his 13th goal of the season. Just comes in right on the rush. Is able to go bar down. Find the top glove side past White. And a really nice shot from the forward for Port Huron. Extends this lead 5-1 with 1:16 remaining. Port Huron really putting the goals up on the board on the score sheet, and Elmira is going to need an answer here in the second stanza.
Face-off won by Elmira. It's along the red line. Chris Hunt plays it through for Stavros Soilis. Soilis into the offense zone. Now Gagnon. Gagnon going to work the other way. 1 minute to play here in the first period. Schumacher works away from a hit from Anderson. Tried to play it between the legs. Christopher Maratea able to take the puck. It's a battle along the boards on the far side. Anderson for Soilis. Soilis going to flip the puck up in the air. It's immediately picked up by Gino Mini. Mini going to play it right back in. White comes out of his cage to play it. It's Gagnon working below the goal line. He plays it for Graham. Graham tried to centering pass, keeps it on his stick. Now comes back for Campbell. Campbell just going to flip the puck up into the air. Stavros Soilis tries to skate into it. He's going to go down from behind. Now it's Nick Gullo. Gullo has Stevens. Stevens couldn't get to it. It was poked away by Gino Mini. Good poke check there. It's Dalton Jay immediately the other direction. Jay shoots that one wide to Harley White. Another shot coming on. 3 seconds remaining here in the period. And Harley White covers the puck up. That'll just leave .8 on the scoreboard.
Dalton Jay with a really good opportunity on the rush. And you just see the speed coming from that winger. He's going to get out to the outside on the right side. Look for a shot cross side. And is unable to find that left corner on the blocker side of White. And a really good opportunity. You just got to put that on the frame.
So we'll get a quick face-off here. Molevac holds it at the face-off circle, and that'll be the final horn for 20 minutes of play here in the first period. Port Huron with a 5-1 lead over the Elmira Mammoth. And Zach, we talked about the scores, but it's been one-sided scoring in this one, and the Prowlers have a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, Alec Johnson starting out the scoring really early, just 4 minutes and 11 seconds into this contest. He opens up the Port Huron Prowlers scoring, and you really talk about scoring, but also looking at the other stats, 19-9 in total shots in favor of the Prowlers, and that's going to happen, and that's what leads to goals. You got to put pucks on net, and Elmira really didn't do that in the first 10 minutes. They were able to find some success in the offensive zone later on, but really it's been a lackluster performance so far from Elmira, and the Prowlers came to play hockey today in this one.
We'll recap the goals here. Alex Johnson, as you mentioned, getting the scoring started. The assist coming from Tucker Scantlebury. Then the second goal from the Prowlers, Dan Chartrand. That one unassisted. Tucker Scantlebury got on the scoreboard with his scoring, and the assist by Sam Merritt, and number 88, Sam Gagnon. And the fourth goal from the Prowlers, scored by number 92, Dalton J., the alternate captain. Assist from Matt Graham, and number 18, Liam Freeborn. And the fifth and final goal of the period, scored by number 67, Joe DeFeni. The assist by Dan Chartrand. And the lone goal for the Elmira Mammoth, scored by number 94, Mo Levac. In this one, the assist coming from Ryan Marker and Nick Gullo. And after 20 minutes of hockey here, we're going to take a break on the Elmira Mammoth YouTube. Zach Case and Jake Johnson, don't go anywhere. See if the Mammoth can bring this one back into a competitive game between these two teams. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to First Arena, ladies and gentlemen, here in Elmira, New York. The Elmira Mammoth trail the Port Huron Prowlers by a score of 5-1 as we get set for the second period of action between these two teams. The only game in the FPHL tonight taking place right here in Elmira. Jake Johnson alongside me, Zach Case. And Zach, not really the period that many expected for the Elmira Mammoth, especially after all the new acquisitions, but we talked about it in practice all week, new guys trying to gel together. We'll see if the first 20 minutes they can get something together for the next 40.
Yeah, a very slow start for Elmira, which is kind of expected. You talk about it, new players making the list on the lineup, no practice with the holiday season, and you come in, you got 2 games here, Monday, Wednesday, and then you head on a road trip, and just overall for Elmira, a slow 20 minutes. They were able to get a couple shifts in the offensive zone together later on, and maybe around the 5-minute mark with 5 minutes remaining. But it's been all Prowlers, and it shows all over the stat sheet and, of course, on the scoreboard with a 5-1 lead in favor of Port Huron. And they've been able to get some goals in zone on some opportunities from the point, but also on the rush, able to make some 3-on-2 opportunities with a guy wide open in the slot. And just really a really good job of moving the puck around on the rush, finding their open player and getting some shots on net. And it leads to Richard Shipman taking the seat on the bench, and White coming in net, and he's done a solid job so far for the Mammoth, making plenty of saves, some good ones right off the get-go, and we'll see what the next 20 minutes really bring for the Mammoth, but they need to have an answer in the first 5 minutes as both teams return to the ice.
Both teams retake the ice here at First Arena, and between these two clubs, 6 goals in the first period between these two teams. And Zach, we talked about it, at least the Teddy Bears hit the ice here in Elmira. We'll see if the Mammoth can get a little more scoring here in the next 40 minutes of action.
Well, you talked about it at the top of the show with the high-scoring affair between these two teams, and I thought the goaltending would show up, and it really has only showed up for one side so far, with Wyatt Hoffman doing a really good job of making his body big in net, making some timely saves. He hasn't been tested a lot, but when he has been tested, he's been stellar so far, only giving up 1 goal on a bad turnover in front of him made by his teammates. And overall, we'll see if the Mammoths can continue to get shots on net. They're going to need to do that in the second period to really contest this game and keep it tight. And I know a 4-goal lead is not a tight one, but this can get ugly really quickly.
Both teams get set to go here in the period. We get set for the center ice draw.
They're going to head back with that line that scored the lone Mammoth goal. And Mo Levesque going to take the face-off with Nick Gulo on the left and Ryan Marker, the latest transaction to get into the purple uniforms. And, of course, we'll see what the Elmira Mammoth can do as they win the face-off to start this period.
Face-off dropped, and it's looked to be played up for Levesque. It's kept in, though, by the Prowlers. It's Scantlebury. Scantlebury drags by Maratea. It's picked up, though, by Campbell. Gino Mini, the former Elmira enforcer, played with Kyle Stevens for a couple of years. And it's sent all the way down. Heflin comes out of his net to play it. Plays it to the near side for Mini. Bounces loose out to center ice. Maratea, he whiffs on a pass looking for Levesque. Levesque able to get back to it. Cross ice pass finds Nick Golo off the boards. Golo has Marker in the middle. Marker shoots that one. Goes up and over. Comes right back to his stick, and he's going to play it down to the far side corner. Goal lays a hit along the glass. Takes a hop off the boards. Goal keeps it in the zone. Just momentarily, though, as the Prowlers work the other way 3-on-2. Drop pass there. Shot coming on that one, saved into the corner. Now for Piekarski. Goes for Marker. Marker plays up for Piekarski. Piekarski, working in the offense zone. He takes a shot on that one, blocked. Now Heflin will cover up, and he'll hold it for the faceoff.
Heflin doing a solid job. A couple good shots. One going up and over for Marker, but some good opportunities, and now an offensive zone opportunity. One thing we really haven't talked about so far in this contest has been the physicality, and it hasn't really played a factor so far. We'll see if that amps up here in the second. Of course, these two teams playing 2 games against each other back-to-back in 3 days.
It's going to be Soilus in the far side corner. Keeps it on his tape. Try to get past to the blue line for O'Connor, and it's going to be played all the way down. Icing going to be waved off. Piekarski will skate to the near side. Piekarski goes off the boards. Chris Hunt the first one on along the red line. Sends a pass all the way down. Dalton Anderson skates on. Wyatt Heflin comes out to play it. Plays it to the near side corner. Now Hunt. Hunt below the goal line, has it on his backhand. Now a pass for Carter. Carter walks in, he shoots, that one saved. Carter jumps up in the air, puts it down to his stick. Looks for a cross-ice pass, finds Anderson. Anderson threw a shot on that one, blocked off the pads of Alex Johnson. Now Hunt. Hunt goes for Anderson. Anderson for Soilus. Soilus will enter the offensive end. He's played down in the far side corner. Now Graham. Graham unable to clear the zone. And it does. It's going to be Hunt who picks up along the red line. He's going to throw a shot on. Heflin will drop it to his stick. Plays it in the neutral zone. Don Carter on it. Carter. Pass up for Tate Leeson. Leeson has it off his skate as he skates onto it. Held up by Liam Freeborn. Now for Dalton Jay. Jay pass for Freeborn in the blue line. Now he'll skate into the neutral zone. Freeborn offensive end with Carter on him. He'll stop at the face-off dot on the near side. Go down low. Finds Joe DeFenny. DeFenny tried a centering pass. Nobody was home to it. Now it's Kyle Stevens. Carter going to clear the zone. Goes up for Tate Leeson. Leeson with some space. Now he stops at the face-off dot. Goes out of the blue line for Kyle Stevens. He whiffs on a shot. And it's Joseph DeFenny coming the other direction. We have a delayed penalty coming here, and it's going to go on the Elmira Mammoth. It'll bring another Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill here at First Arena.
Yeah, Tate Leeson's going to go to the box for slashing, and as he tries to make his way to the box, he's going to scuffle up a couple players from the Prowlers team, but a bad slashing penalty there. You lose the puck, you take a slashing call, and now you're going to go to the box, and you're just trying to spark some offense and unfortunately take a seat there. And the Prowlers are over 1 on the power play so far this evening, but a really good power play unit. We'll see if they get another goal here to add to their score with 16:42 remaining in the second.
Vartiainen plays for Schumacher. It goes back to him. Vartiainen down the far side. Play to the blue line, working the point. Schumacher goes to Devaney. Joseph Devaney out to Schumacher. Schumacher throws it across. Quick shot on, and they score. Larry Vartiainen gets his first of the night, and the Port Huron Prowlers get a power play goal and make it 6-1.
Vartiainen with his 10th goal of the season for 24 points. An absolute ripper from the right circle. He puts that one right past White, and another shot opportunity is now Port Huron goes 1 for 2 on the power play this evening. Once again, a bad penalty for Tate Leeson to take, and it's going to hurt the Mammoth as they go to a 6-1 score with 16:23 remaining.
So just 4 minutes gone here in the second period, and Port Huron tacks on another one. Mammoth really need a couple goals here to still be in this one. Cross-ice pass, that one played away by Nick Gullo. Finds Mo Levac. Levac into the neutral zone. He'll cross the red line, play it up for Gullo. Swatting at it and clearing it out was Shoemaker. And it's going to be played all the way down. Heflin comes out of his cage to play it. Drops it off for Shoemaker, now finds Levac. Levac drop pass looking for Ryan Marker. Marker couldn't get his stick on it. It's dropped up into the neutral zone. Carter and Papandrea looking to decide who picks it up. It'll be Carter. He'll play it for Marker. Ryan Marker pass up for Levac. Levac skating in, goes for Gullo. Gullo plays over for Marker. Gullo takes a huge hit along the sideboards by Frank Schumacher. Mammoth take control as they wait, and Don Carter back behind Harley White. 15-12 to play here in the period. Carter up for Gullo. Gullo look to shovel it in the offense zone, and he will. Mammoth get a change. Picked up by Brian Parsons. Parsons finds Dalton Jay. Jay with 1 goal already. Drops it down low, and that one extended too far from Liam Freeborn. Campbell looked to play it up to Kyle Stevens. Stevens couldn't get to the puck. Now Meritea back in the defensive end. He'll switch and go to the far side. Skate through the middle. A centering pass finds Parker Moskal. Moskal has it taken off his stick. 3-on-2 the other way go the Prowlers. Drop pass there. Now it's drop down low. Cross ice by Graham. Shot by Dalton Jace sent wide. Harley White made the initial save. The rebound chance was played wide. It's going to be Tate Leeson. Leeson. Look to play it to Stevens. Comes for Meritea and looking for a deflection out front with Stevens. And it goes right into the chest of Wyatt Heflin at 14-15. We'll get another media timeout here at First Arena.
Another save there by Heflin, and continued back and forth hockey, but a really good opportunity from that rush opportunity from the Prowlers, and they go a tic-tac-toe play, a drop pass on zone entry, back down to the skater on the right side who goes back door for an opportunity that goes right off the stick of Dalton Jane, just wide of the net, an open net as White came out to play it and lost his footing, took a tumble, and went down. But Harley White doing a solid job right now, keeping it a 6-1 game. But overall, it's one of those things where you got to stay out of the penalty box and look to keep the lead at a minimum. And they're unable to really spark any offense when they're on the penalty kill. And that's one thing that the Mammoths need to control really heading into the rest of this contest.
On that, Larry Vartian in goal. The assist coming from number 27, Frank Schumacher, his first point of the night, and Joe DeFenny, his second point on the night. So Port Huron padding the stats a little bit here at First Arena. 24 shots to just 12 in favor of Port Huron. Dawn Anderson, Chris Hunt, and Stavros Soilis out there now for the Mammoth with Tim O'Connor and Tyler Pikarski. As we wait for the media timeout to conclude, it does, and the Mammoth get an offensive zone faceoff. Now comes for Soilis. Soilis working below the goal line. Looks to wrap it around, and Heflin able to get a pad on it. Now it's Joe DeFenny. And it's dumped in. Harley White comes out of his cage to play it. Look to wrap it around. White able to get back in his cage as DeFenny thought about a quick shot. DeFenny down the far side. That shot blocked there. Now another shot coming on. Another block there. That one by Tim O'Connor. That pass looking for Stavros Soilis. He couldn't get a piece of it, and we'll get an icing.
Yeah, Soilis unable to really get connected with that pass from O'Connor out of the defensive zone, and it's really been the story all game. The wingers unable to find their passes on their routes out of the defensive zone, and they're really trying to stretch the defensive core of Port Huron, but they're unable to find the puck once that pass gets out to them, and it's just been a story all night long.
Tim O'Connor tries to clear the zone, but it's kept in. It's played back below for Scantlebury. Tyler Pikarski on, looking for a centering pass there was the Prowlers. Now Scantlebury goes for Shoemaker. Shoemaker drop it down below the goal line. Centering pass there, and nobody home to it. It's going to be Chris Hunt the other direction. Hunt just going to dump the puck in. Heflin, very active in net, comes out to play it again. And it's the Prowlers the other direction. Chartrand, he shoots, saved by Harley White. Rebound chance, now pushed away by Carter. Shoemaker unable to keep it in the zone. Now it'll be Papandrea. Papandrea goes off the glass. Comes for Scantlebury in the neutral zone. Tucker Scantlebury working down center ice. He has no help as the Prowlers go through a change. Comes for Gullo. Gullo cross ice for Ryan Marker. Marker, he's working his way down. He took a shot but blocked by Shoemaker, his stick. Carter looks to keep it in, and he will. It's going to be Don Carter. He shoots that one. Doesn't reach Heflin. Now Nick Gullo. Gullo shielding his body away. He's taken down by Gino Mini. That's going to be a penalty there, as Nick Gullo got sent flying.
Gino Mini's going to go to the box here. We'll see what the official gives. It's going to be holding on number 62, and he's trying to talk to the referee about it. He will finally go to the box. And looking at the Elmira power play, 18 power play goals on 95 attempts for an 18.9 percentage efficiency-wise for this power play unit. So we'll see what this unit can do as Levac will go in to take the face-off for Elmira.
Gino Mini Played 53 games for the Elmira Enforcers, had 11 points. So he spent some time in that penalty box in previous years. We got a Flynn power play here for the Elmira Mammoth. Dabari loses his edge, but able to play it over for Nathan Campbell. The power play unit out there is Mo Levac, Nick Gullo, Nathan Campbell, Ryan Marker, and Chase Dabari. Pass across for Dabari, he drags by. Dabari in the offense goes for Levac. Levac along the half well. And it does come out, but Dalton Jay clears his own.
Nice to see two of the new additions to this lineup out there on this power play unit with Marker and Dabari.
Comes for Harley White. White with a drop pass for Campbell. Good pressure there from the Prowlers. It's Levac. Levac will walk into the offense zone down the near side. They'll play it across for Campbell. Campbell down low for Marker. Mammoth can get set up now. It's Campbell for Marker. Marker down low, Gullo. Gullo tried to send a pass across. Heflin got a stick on it, and it's cleared. Picking up is Nathan Campbell in the defensive zone. He'll skate by and Harley White. Play back for Ryan Marker. 50 seconds remaining here on the power play. Ryan Marker through the neutral zone. Pass up for Tyler Piekarski. Piekarski looking to do it all on his own. Finds it, takes a shot, that one blocked by the stick of Dan Chartrand and goes up into the netting.
Good stick on puck there by Chartrand, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep your stick in front of that puck and able to deflect it up into the netting, into the stands, and really good PK unit so far for the Prowlers. Able to keep it in tight and be aggressive when need be and force mistakes from this power play unit, and that's how the clears are getting down the ice for the Prowlers.
The PP2 unit for this Elmira team is Stavros Solis, Kyle Stevens, Tate Leeson, Tyler Piekarski, and Parker Moskal. Loss of Yanni Liriakos, who was a threat on the power play.
3 penalties so far in this contest, and Elmira unable to really get anything going. A couple shots on the power play so far, but plenty of clears for the Prowlers. So we look for a face-off here. Tate Leeson's going to step in. Solis kicked out.
It's Alex Johnson. Johnson able to clear it all the way down. Comes right to Harley White. White has it on his stick. Plays to the far side. Scantleberry looked to wrap around. A mistake there from the Mammoth, but Scantleberry couldn't put it in the back of the net. Now it's Hansel who's going to play it in. Now Soilis for Piekarski. That'll tick down on the penalty. Mammoth 0 for 1 on the power play. Stavros Soilis will work into the offensive end. Drop pass for Stevens. Stevens down the near side. He's going to play it below the goal line. Finds Tate Leeson. Leeson goes for Moskal. Moskal threw a shot on. Heflin makes the save. 3-on-1 the other direction for the Prowlers. It's Liam Freeborn. Cross ice, and what a play there by Don Carter. Now it's streaking. Papandreou shoots. What a save by Heflin. Now Soilis shoots another save. Got a delayed penalty coming up here for the Mammoth. But 2 really good saves there from Wyatt Heflin and a beautiful defensive play by Don Carter Jr.
It's going to be a slashing play there, and the penalty going to Frank Schumacher. He'll go take a seat, and slashing penalty you really have to take. A breakaway opportunity. A good shot coming on there, but an even better save by Hofflin. And you really look for Elmira now. Another power play opportunity. 9:49 remaining in the second, and over halfway through this contest, and not a lot of shots on the power play. They get another chance here.
Face-off win by the Mammoth. It's Nathan Campbell at the blue line. Goes for Marker. Marker along the half wall. Cross ice finds Dabari. Dabari working in, goes for Gullo. Gullo down the near side. Plays out of the blue line, Dabari. Dabari can't keep it in the zone now. He's tied up. Matt Graham able to make a good defensive play. It's a left off for Campbell. Campbell tried to drag by, and Matt Graham keeps it in the zone. He's going to play it all the way down for Harley White. White thought about passing it, but Campbell takes over.
Really aggressive PK unit, and that allows for a clear from the Prowlers.
Marker with a dangle bike, takes a shot. Heflin with the save.
A fake shot from Marker, and he puts a little magic on that puck and puts it through his leg, go to the backhand. Hoffman saw it all the way, though.
1:17 remaining here on the power plays. We'll get our under 10-minute media timeout. And while we're on the subject of Ryan Marker, one of the better players in the FPHL comes and joins the Elmira Mammoth after playing 4 games this season for Delaware. Didn't play to start the season. Finally joined the team at the end of November, early December. And the Mammoth were able to construct a trade that brought Ryan Marker to Elmira for Dimitri Daniluk and TJ Delaney. So Delaney, who hadn't suited up in a game yet for the Mammoth, and Dimitri Daniluk, who's been here for the whole season, a really good core defenseman for this Elmira team, sent to the Delaware Thunder for Ryan Marker. And you just see on that play what Ryan Marker can do. Obviously he didn't score, but to set something up like that and to have a play like that, really good for this Mammoth team to have.
Well, Ryan Marker already has assists tonight, and he was the first primary assist on the original goal, and it was a really good opportunity, and he just shows the type of player he is. Already making an impact on the score sheet and making an impact off the puck as well, and already on the power play unit number 1, so we'll see if he can contribute in the future on the power play unit. But now looking at the second unit coming out now as the media timeout ends, and Stevens will go in for the faceoff.
So it'll be that unit of Stevens, Leeson, Soilis, Moskal, and Pikarski. Soilis keeps it in the zone. It comes for Stevens. Stevens down the far side. It's dropped below the goal line. Hops over the stick of Soilis. Soilis retains possession, plays out to the blue line for Pikarski. He has it on the backhand, plays for Soilis, and now it's picked up by the Prowlers. Pikarski able to get a good poke on it. It's left right out in front of the Prowlers bench. Comes for Tate Leeson. Leeson going to spin and go the other direction. Backhand pass for Parker Moskal. Moskal plays it for Soilis. Soilis drop past Moskal. Moskal walking in. Cross ice Pikarski. Pikarski to the point Stevens. Stevens throws a shot on. That one goes off the backboards. Soilis is taken down. 2-on-1 the other way. Pass. That it looked like Merritt had a chance to go in, but elects to kill some time. Alex Johnson shoots on, blockered away by Harley White. 20 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Mammoth. It's picked up by Moskal. Moskal, he'll work through the neutral zone. He's just going to play it in. Hofflin comes out of his cage to play it. Comes for Marker. Marker drops it down low for Moskal. Moskal cross ice finds Kyle Stevens. Stevens throws a shot on, and Soilis tried to tip it in, but Hofflin covers up, and Schumacher comes out of the box. Mammoth 0 for 2 on the power play tonight.
He had a really good opportunity, and Soilis starting to jar a little bit with Merritt on the bench of the Prowlers, and Merritt went to make a play, and Soilis hit him at the end of that, and it was a good hit, but I think Merritt thought it was a little unnecessary on the power play, and see the physicality and some of the antics starting to amp up here in the second period.
It's played down low, finds Levac. Levac looked for a centering pass, puck still loose out in front, now cleared out of the zone. A foot race now between Gagnon and Campbell. It's picked up by the Prowlers, and we're going to get an offside call here on Port Huron. It'll bring the face-off out of the zone.
Yeah, 7:29 remaining here in the second period, and not a lot of offense on those two power play opportunities for the Mammoth, and it's one of those things where, yeah, maybe a couple of zone time, but a really aggressive PK unit leads to an 0-2 stance on the power play for Elmira.
It's going to be Maratea working through the neutral zone, taking some bats and sticks to the side. And Campbell's stick comes completely apart. And he'll have to get a new twig.
Well, an offsides call there is, looks like Levac, excuse me, was a little too fast on the offsides play with 7:12 remaining here in the second. And put out that first line as Anderson goes in for the faceoff against Grant.
Dalton Anderson, one of the face-off specialists for this Elmira team, wins the draw, and it's played in by Papandrea. Papandrea plays it off the backboards as the Mammoth start to work their way into the offense zone. It's Chris Hunt. Papandrea throws a shot on that one, blocked, doesn't reach Hofflin. Graham sends a pass up through the sky, and Freeborn meets it in the offensive zone. Comes for Dalton Anderson. Anderson played down by a high stick on Hunt. He doesn't really want to touch the puck. And he won't touch it. He'll let Gino Mini do it. And play continues here at 6:35. Now working their way in is the Prowlers. Matt Graham walking down is Dalton J. He shoots that one blocked and played into the corner. Mammoth tallying up their blocked shots tonight in front of Harley White and Richard Shipman. Stavros Soyas looked for a pass for Chris Hunt. Hunt couldn't get to it. It's picked up by the Prowlers defense and chipped in by head coach and GM Matt Graham. Nick Papandrea goes off the boards over Parker Moscow. Tate Leeson 2-on-1 the other direction. Leeson has Stevens. Tate Leeson cross ice Stevens. What a save by Hofflin. Incredible save by the Prowlers netminder, robbing Kyle Stevens at a goal and coming the other way of the Prowlers 2-on-1. It's Merritt. Merritt cross ice that one past Liam Freeborn. It's thrown on now. Harley White can't cover the puck. It's picked up by Carter in the corner. Plays it looking for Moskal, and it's sent the other direction. We'll get an offsides here on the Prowlers. Merritt was on the ground, couldn't get out of the zone, and at 5:29 we'll get a face-off.
What a save there by Hofflin, able to go cross crease, get his left pad out in front of Stevens to make the save and keep this at a 6-1 contest. And with 5:29 remaining, a really good opportunity like we talked about all game. Able to spread the zone, get the neutral zone, and the forwards really flying through the neutral zone. Able to find Leeson, who has plenty of speed through his stride, and he made a move to the outside, and Stevens unable to capitalize on the opportunity.
Pass picked off by Alex Johnson, intended for Parker Moskal, and we'll get another offsides on the Prowlers at 5:16.
Well, the linesman going to make the call there, and offsides play, and it looks like some chit-chat with Merritt once again from the Prowlers and some Elmira Mammoth talking to him, and we'll see if that continues for the rest of the contest. But 5:16 remaining here in the second period, another face-off for Moscow.
Moscow wins the draw, plays it back for Campbell. Campbell whiffs on a pass, now able to get it to Tate Leeson, who's going to play it in the offensive zone. Hofflin comes out of his cage to play it. And it's Scanaberry, the first one to the puck. Now Tate Leeson. Leeson plays it for Meritea at the blue line. It goes cross ice. Campbell lines up. Now he drops it down low. Centering pass. Now it's kept on the stick of Dalton Anderson. He's going to play it for Kyle Stevens. Stevens to the far side. Also drops it down for Tate Leeson, but picked off by Sam Merritt. It's Scanaberry the other way. Scanaberry in the offensive zone. He goes down the far side. Pass out in front. Harley White able to get a stick to it. It's Dalton Anderson. Anderson working through the neutral zone. Another good neutral zone turnover created by the Prowlers, and it's Parsons skating in. Parsons works by Meritea. He throws a shot on. Harley White makes a save. Now Kyle Stevens looked to find Chase DeBari and extended it just too far from him. 2-on-1 the other direction. Scanaberry shoots. He hits the bar, and it goes up and into the netting.
Scanaberry looking for his third point of the game, puts it right off the crossbar on the rush. A 2-on-1 opportunity, and that one will go off the crossbar, but it all stems from a missed pass in the neutral zone. As I thought it was DeBari was streaking down in front of the benches, and they were unable to find him, and he put the Jets on, and puck could not find his stick, and back the other way comes Port Huron, and it's one of those things where if the Mammoths can connect some passes in the neutral zone and get some opportunities on the rush, they have plenty of speed to get some shot opportunities, but it hasn't really showed so far this evening with 4:08 remaining in the second stanza.
You've seen this Mammoth team use their speed to their advantage this year. Guys like Tate Leeson, now you add Chase DeBari, guys like Nick Gullo, just to name a few of the guys that really can fly on this team. They got a couple defensemen like Christopher Meritea and Tyler Piekarski that have some wheels. A team that can use their speed to their advantage, and tonight the neutral zone play of the Port Huron Prowlers have really not allowed them to hit any stretch passes or work cross ice. A very good job by this defense and just team effort from the Prowlers.
We talk about the defense and the neutral zone, but then looking at the defensive zone for the Prowlers, every time the Elmira Mammoth have an opportunity to shoot or even look to get a pass off, there's either a stick or a body in the way from the Prowlers, and that's just really solid defensive zone system play from the Port Huron players, and it really allows them to then move the puck out, create some offense on the rush. They've scored off the rush already this evening, and it's creating a lot of zone time in favor of Port Huron, and now they get an offensive zone opportunity.
Piekarski whisks on the pass. It was sent cross ice onto the stick of Larry Vartianen. Now to Fenny. Fenny going to drop it below the goal line. That one stretched just too far from Sangagnon. He finds him again. He works below. Comes from Olevac. Levac sends a saucer pass up for Ryan Marker. Marker goes off the boards, able to clear the zone. That one hops over the stick of Gino Mini. Levac looks to fly down after the puck. Now Goal tries to throw a shot in. Levac sent flying to the ice. Levac looks around, no hands waved, and it's the Prowlers coming the other direction. Now Defenny. Defenny going to drop it down low. Finds Nathan Campbell. Campbell goes up for Levac. Levac has a hop off his stick momentarily, able to escape into the neutral zone. 3:10 remaining here in the period. Defenny opts to play it in as he goes through a change. Shoemaker shoots on, and Harley White able to escape back to his net and make the save.
Yeah, just poor puck management from Harley White. He's going to come out and play this puck, moving around the boards, and the Prowlers are already ready there. And White's quick enough to get back. The 5'10 netminder, a little smaller in that, and he's quicker to get around, but he's got to come out and play his angles. He's able to make the glove stave and fix his mistake there. But really just looking at this Elmira squad right now, not a lot of feet moving. They need to continue to really push the pace here and try to turn this game around. It all starts with winning those 50-50 battles around the boards and creating some offense off the possession.
Comes for Tate Leeson. Leeson has Parker Moskow 2-on-2. Parker Moskow in the offense zone. As he tried to work his way by, but another good defensive play there from the Prowlers. Tyler Piekarski tries to skate in. He's going to play it in the offensive end. It goes in deep, and now it finds Kyle Stevens. Bounces off the sideboards and comes out. 3-on-3 the other direction. Pass out in front, but Tim O'Connor able to stand up the Prowler. Now for Hansel. He shoots on. Harley White makes the save. Puck still loose out in front. Now Dalton J looks to wrap it around. Harley White gets back to his feet, and we're going to get a whistle here.
Referee from the neutral zone is going to make that call there, and looks like a cross-checking call. So the Mammoth will go to the penalty box for the third time this evening with 2:22 on the board. Plenty of twos on the board right now in the second period, and we'll see if the Prowlers can take advantage. They're 1 for 2 tonight on the power play.
2 minutes issued to number 2, Tim O'Connor, with 2:22 to play here in the second period. Another Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill here at First Arena. Meritea on the puck. Now it works its way out to the blue line. Joe Defenny is going to drop it down low for Vartianen. Cross-ice pass, bat off the stick of Papandrea, goes up in the air, kept by Shoemaker. Scantlebury on the puck. Now it's dropped below the goal line and played across. Vartianen goes for Defenny. Defenny towing the blue line. Here's Dalton Anderson skating on him. Cross-ice, now centering for Scantlebury. Good poke check there by Papandrea. Goes off the back of Soilis, kept in the zone. 1:20 remaining here on the power play. Defenny. He has it along the blue line. Shoemaker looks to wind up with 1:10 to play. Shoemaker is going to play it across. Vartianen. Vartianen skating with it. Now we're going to go below for Gino Mini. Mini's going to skate to the near side. Plays it out, winding up Shoemaker. Shot. That one didn't reach Harley White. Anderson able to clear, and it bounces off Soilis again. Mammoth can't clear the zone. Now Scantlebury. Scantlebury takes a shot blocked by Nicholas Papandrea. Long shift here for these penalty killing skaters. Under a minute to play here in the period. Now lining up Shoemaker. That one shot on, and a good defensive play there by Papandrea. Had a wide open cage with Gino Mini. as they clear the zone and get a whole new group on the ice. 42 seconds remaining here in the period. Frank Shoemaker skating up with it. Goes for Liam Freeborn. Freeborn look to pass to Matt Graham. That one bounces off the stick of Pikarski. Will play it for Levac. Levac will flip it up into the air. O'Connor out of the box in 3 seconds. Finds Levac. And Levac going to clear it in. Tim O'Connor comes out of the box. Successful penalty kill there for the Mammoth. 1 for 3 on the night. Just 12 seconds to play here in the game. Golo able to play it for Kyle Stevens. Stevens with some space. Drop past Levac. Cross ice looking for Golo. It's going to be played into the corner. Golo held up there. Stevens threw a quick shot on. Bounces off the side of the netting. And that'll be the horn to end 40 minutes of hockey here in the second period at First Arena. The Port Huron Prowlers add another goal and make it 6-1, leading the Elmira Mammoth by a total of 5 goals here. Zach, a much more back and forth period, just the Mammoth can't get anything going.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a better period overall. 2 power play opportunities for either team, and one of those goals coming on the power play for Port Huron, and Larry Vatanen getting that goal and adding his goal totals, moving it up to 10 for his 24th point overall. And yeah, definitely a better period overall for the Mammoth, and it's one of those things, so you got to start cutting into this lead, and it all starts in the offensive zone, and they haven't had a lot of opportunities so far in that zone, and really got to start getting the puck, getting some possession, and start improving that. And they got 20 minutes left to go. We've seen plenty of goals so far in this contest, and the Mammoth can definitely add 5. There's plenty of players on this team that can definitely get the goal totals up there and really cut into this league.
So after 40 minutes of hockey, the Port Huron Prowlers lead the Elmira Mammoth by 5 goals here at First Arena. Still 20 minutes left to play here in the FPHL matchup between Port Huron and Elmira. Don't go anywhere, folks. Still a third period of hockey left to play. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the First Arena Press Box. Ladies and gentlemen, the Port Huron Prowlers leading the Elmira Mammoth by a score of 6-1 here in Elmira. Jake Johnson alongside me, Zach Case. And Zach, the Mammoth going to have to come out firing in this period if they want any chance of a comeback against the Prowlers.
Yeah, definitely going to need to string together some good shifts to start this one. And really, you're coming out of the locker room into the third period. You're looking for points. You're looking to get back in the win column. And this is definitely the period to do it. And there's plenty of time to get some pucks on net. And we know there's plenty of guys in this lineup that can score some goals. They just need to string together, like I said, some good shifts and really work the puck around and get into the offensive zone. We haven't seen them get a lot of zone time so far in this contest. So we'll see if they can do a little bit better here in the third period and make some noise against these Prowlers. And they definitely showed up to play some hockey today.
The Port Huron Prowlers come in 7-0 after leading at the end of the second period. We'll see if the Elmira Mammoth can change that or if the Prowlers are going to continue their good fortune in this one and continue to put it on the Mammoth. We talked about Harley White replacing Richard Shipman in this one after Shipman surrendered 4 goals in the first period. Harley White allowing just 2 thus far, one of them on the power play. So we'll see what comes of that and who gets to start Wednesday night, Zach, with Shipman struggling in this one and Harley White allowing 2 goals with still 20 minutes to play. So we'll have to see who is going to be between the pipes for the Mammoth on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I know we talked about it on the pregame show, but Thomas Proudlock currently out with an injury. So starting that minor job is up for grabs, and especially with a performance from Shipman. Now, White coming into the contest, he's doing a solid job so far in the net, and you look at his 2 goals that he gave up, a really good shot selection on that first goal that he gave up, and then a power play opportunity in the second period. And I guess one thing to note is the Elmira Mammoths only gave up 1 goal in that second period, so definitely a better period than the first one. But now you look at it, you got to add to your totals and get back on the scoreboard. They were able to do that in the first period, but no goals in the second.
As the Prowlers retake the ice here at First Arena, Mammoth coming out just shortly for this one. As I mentioned, these 2 teams, the only game tonight in the FPHL. Both teams come in on a 2-game losing streak, and those were both at the hands of the Columbus River Dragons. For the Mammoth, it was last week, and for the Port Huron Prowlers, that game just a couple days ago, Thursday and Friday, they were at home against the River Dragons and then made their way over here to Elmira, New York to take on the Mammoth here at First Arena.
You look back at this contest, and especially on the Port Huron side, just looking down the stat sheets, Tucker Scantleberry, goal and assist for 2 points. Dan Charleran with a goal and assist for 2 points. Joseph Devaney with a goal and assist for 2 points. So plenty of players adding to their stat totals so far tonight. And another long list of players with at least a point. A really solid job so far from Port Huron, and really to get on the stat sheet, put this game away early. They scored very early on in that first period, 4 minutes and 11 seconds to be exact, from Alex Johnson. Now you look at it, they come back out for the third period looking to put away this game, and looks like we're looking at the door right now, the penalty box, to fix that, and that looks to be fixed, but ice crew maintenance out there right now adjusting the net and also working on the door for the away team. So something to note right now. Just observing from the press box, Jacob.
We got a great view here at First Arena, so you can really see everything and anything going on here at First Arena.
Yeah, packed barn for a Monday night. No work today. A lot of people coming out for the game, and obviously we'll be back on home ice on Wednesday for another 7:35 puck drop. Yours truly will be back in the press box with Jacob Johnson, and he gets to talk to a friend once again instead of talking to himself per usual.
Yeah, I've had Noah Wild join me a little bit. Obviously, my normal color commentator standing over there on the Elmira Mammoth bench, Mike Cosentino. He said that we share our office too much, so we also couldn't share the press box together. He had to move away.
Well, that's why he called me in out of Rochester and took the 2-hour drive. And beautiful drive, and we're still working on the door. But with no work, no school, no college right now, I'm pretty bored, honestly. I've been doing a lot of prep. I got a lot of hockey games. You talk about you have 4 games this week. I got 4 games as well this week, and a lot of hockey, and of course I love doing it. And We're going to work on this door. We got a mallet out right now. We'll see what he does with this, Jacob. And just going to shut the door. We're just slamming it in now.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
What do you do with a mallet, Jacob? Usually just hit things.
Yeah, you just, and honestly,
we'll see if it works here. Does it close? This is electric stuff here. Both teams talking it over with the referee. It's going to shut.
Honestly, the mallet fixed it.
The mallet, hey, just slam it a couple times. It does the trick usually, and we'll get back to hockey here. They're going to send out, looks like, see what line's coming out for Elmira. They haven't sent out a line completely yet. No penalty, so we'll have 5-on-5 hockey. Looks like a new line. Leeson out there with Stevens and Marker. So a new line out there for Elmira to start this third period.
Coach Glenn Tamaris looking to mix things up a little bit, trying to get anything going for this Mammoth team here in the third period as Tate Leeson going to play the puck down. It's not going to reach the red line, and it's going to be picked up by Frank Shoemaker.
Plenty of speed on this line from Elmira. We'll see if they gel together here in the first opening seconds.
Kept at the feet by Gino Mini. Mini plays out in front. Scantlebury, he shoots that one, blocked by Maratea. Putting his body on the line for that one. Now working their way down, Dan Chartrand looked for a centering pass to Scantlebury. It's played in the far side corner. Christopher Maratea, the first one on the puck. Ryan Marker going to just flip it through, and it finds Tate Leeson in the neutral zone. Leeson walking in. Cuts to the center, goes and plays it for Marker. Marker, he takes a shot, that one. Goes wide, and Tim O'Connor going to play it right back in. And now it's Alex Johnson. Johnson with a pass that's stretched too far in the neutral zone. That one hits one of the members of the Prowlers bench. No too many men called there, and it's picked up by Alex Johnson. He goes for Jay. Jay's pass picked off by Chase DeBari. DeBari with speed. We know Chase DeBari can fly. He works down the near side. He goes to the far side, keeps it on his stick. Tried to play it across for Tim O'Connor, and is poked away by Alex Johnson. Johnson going to skate in, goes for Dalton Jay. Tim O'Connor can't clear the zone. It's at the feet of Dalton Jay along the sideboards. Now Tim O'Connor is able to shovel it through. And skating back to get it was Brian Parsons. It's played across to the stick of Dustin Henning, the captain for the Prowlers. Puck going to be cleared all the way down, and Piekarski will touch up. It'll be an icing here at 18:08.
Good first 2 minutes from Elmira, really to start some zone time. Not a lot of shots on that, a couple opportunities to go wide, and just got to bear down on those opportunities. You're not going to get a lot here. You're looking for 5 goals to tie, at least pushing overtime, but got to start getting pucks on net and start testing this netminder of Hoffland.
A new line combination out there with Levac Gullo and Parker Moskal. Defenseman Don Carter and Nicholas Papandrea. Carter, normally a forward, pushed back to D for this one. Moskal drops it back to Carter. Carter takes a shot blockered. And picked up by the Prowlers. It's Matt Graham. Pass for Freeborn. Freeborn can't get his tape on it. It's kept in, though, by Dalton Jay. Levac going to play it to the far side. Parker Moskal looked to skate onto it. Comes back into the corner. Liam Freeborn picks up. His pass intercepted by Nick Gullo. Gullo with a 2-on-1 the other way. He has Moskal. Pass for Moskal. Moskal the face-off dot. He shoots that one. Looked like it went off the back of Nick Gullo. And Carter going to play it back in. Heflin, he loses his edge. Now he's laying on the puck. Heflin looking to get back to his feet. Moskal throws a shot on. He looked to play it off the back of Heflin.
It's going to be a slashing penalty to Nick Gullo now in the offensive zone. The referee picked that up in the corner, but what a sequence of events really in the offensive zone. They get an opportunity. It was a really good shot from Moskal off the back of a sprawling Hofflin, and unfortunately Gallo's going to get charged with this one. He's going to take a seat for 2 minutes. He'll have another Vincenzo's Pizzeria penalty kill. That rings a bell.
Yeah, no, you know, Vincenzo's Pizzeria, best pizzeria in
Elmira. Go there
Elmira.
at some point? Are you going to show me the pizzeria?
No, we pick it up. They're one of our sponsors, so it's our post-game meal.
Huge. I'm looking forward to that one. Hopefully it's going to come with a victory as well.
With a 6-1 lead, and it's going to be 4 minutes to Nick Gullo.
So that's a double minor. So a 4-minute penalty definitely is going to put a dud. It was a really good first-ish 3 minutes for Elmira, but they're going to have to do a lot of penalty killing here. Remember, They have one power play goal so far for Port Huron.
Defending going to work towards the far side, switches places with Schumacher. Now he plays it out to him at the blue line. Tyler Piekarski picks the puck up, rings it off the glass. That one hops over the stick of Schumacher and clears his own. Finds Scantlebury down the far side. Stevens going to bat it in. Hoffman loses an edge again. Now it comes for Stevens. Stevens throws it on net, but that one right to the stick of Joe Defeni. That's twice we've seen Wyatt Hoffman lose his edge. Scantlebury held up by Dalton Anderson. Piekarski comes digging at the puck. Finally comes loose, but it's picked back up by Scantlebury. Scantlebury hassled from behind by Anderson. Puck loose out in front. And now it's picked up by Vartianen. Out to the blue line for Shoemaker. He's going to drop it down low for Defeni. Defeni skates his way out with a Shoemaker. Look to line up. And instead he'll pass it down low. Vartianen going to skate out with this. Switch places with Shoemaker. Now he goes to the far side. Along the sideboards, plays out to Defeni. Defeni shoots on that one. Saved by White. 2.5 remaining here on the power play for the Prowlers. Now Shoemaker skating down with it. That one batted off his stick, but picked right back up. Now it's Dalton Jay. Jay going to go to the far side for Freeborn. Freeborn with some space. Now a slap shot coming on, stick saved by Harley White. Port Huron going to go through some changes. It's Johnson. Cross ice for Jay. Jay took a shot on. Piekarski blocked it. Back out to Johnson at the blue line. Now for Jay down the far side. Jay skating in with it. Whiffs. Now goes for Johnson. He shoots. Saved by White. Puck still in the offensive zone. It's going to be Johnson. Now Jay. Jay shoots. That one blocked by Piekarski. He's got 3 or 4 in the sequence, and the Mammoth clear the zone.
Really good penalty killing unit there. They're going to get a line change, but it all really stems from the block shots for the Mammoth.
1 minute and 35 seconds here on the power play. Goes down and onto the stick of Heflin. Through the neutral zone for Parker Moskal. Moskal going to play it all the way down. Right to Alex Johnson now for Jay. Jay into the offensive end. Dalton Jay avoids a Parker Moskal hit, but he's laid by Tim O'Connor. Puck comes up into the air. Christopher Maratea looked to be the first on, and now Parker Moskal skates on. But Alex Johnson able to poke check it away from him. Graham loses control of that one, and Maratea going to clear the zone. And O'Connor will go for a change, as well as Maratea. 2 new defensemen coming on with 55 seconds remaining here on the power play. 14-15 here in the third period. 6-1 Prowlers lead. Now Johnson centering pass and looking to go for a little spinorama there. Was the Prowlers. Now it's Johnson back behind the cage and right out in front. They score with Sam Merritt. It's another power play goal for the Prowlers, and that makes it 7-1.
Really good opportunity as Sam Merritt's going to bury for his 9th goal of the season. The forward through 22 games played will get another power play goal. As Johnson was able to find him from behind the goal line, he comes streaking through the low slot and buries that one high past White, who made a couple of good saves so far in that power play, and unfortunately able to kill off a majority of that power play were the Mammoths, but they couldn't kill off the rest, and another goal for the Prowlers.
Defending into the offense zone. He's going to go down, held up by Christopher Maratea. Pass that Maratea picks up in the face-off circle. Maratea lays a hit there on Sam Gagnon. Now for Chase Dabari. Dabari going to switch it back to the other side. Skating on and picking up is Adam Hansel. Loses control of it. Nathan Campbell looks for a streaking pass. And White just leaves it off for him. Mammoth still can't get out of their zone. Now it's up for Dabari. Dabari through the neutral zone. Dabari will work into the offensive zone on the far side. He shoots that one, goes up and over Hofflin. And Tim O'Connor has to come all the way back 200 feet to pick up the puck. Finds Chase Dabari tape to tape. Dabari into the offensive zone, no help. And he's hassled by the Prowlers, and they'll come the other way. Gino Mini. Mini walking in, he shoots. O'Connor able to get a stick on it. which pushes it to the far side. Dalton Anderson looked to wrap it around. Gino Mini walking in. He takes a shot on that one. Scores! Looks like there was a deflection out front. It works by Harley White, and it's 8-1 Prowlers.
So an 8-1 lead as Charlin gets another point this evening, his second goal on the season. And you talk about some traffic in front of the net, and it was Tim O'Connor bodying up his man. He's going to hit White. White's going to lose his footing, and that one's going to sneak through for the 8th goal of the game for an 8-1 lead. Charlin actually with his second goal of the contest for his 3rd point, leading the team in points tonight for Port Huron.
Finds Parker Moskal down the far side. Moskal dangles by. He works in the offense zone. Looks for Levac down the far side, too far from his tape. Centering pass. Nicholas Papandrea was going the other direction, and it's picked up by the Prowlers. Scandalberry into the offense zone. He takes a shot on that one. Blocked by Carter. Puck worked towards the near side, and it's Papandrea. 12:08 to play here in the game. Papandrea throws a shot on, and Hoffman going to drop it to his tape. Goes to Don Carter in the defensive zone. Carter able to work his way by Graham. Sends it through for Moskal. Moskal able to put his stick in the air and play it in the offensive zone. And the Mammoth will go through a line change. It's Dalton Jay up for Graham. Jay now for Freeborn. Jay looked to send it out in front. It's picked up by Nathan Campbell. Campbell finds Tate Leeson. Tate Leeson with some clean ice. Tate Leeson walking in. He shoots, saved by Hoffman. Stevens tried to get a pass there for Marker, but it's picked up by Leeson. Leeson goes for Stevens. Stevens plays back for Tate Leeson. Leeson below the goal line. It's kept in the zone by Campbell. Campbell throws a shot on that one. Saved with the stick by Hoffman. Right back. Go the Mammoth into the offense zone. It's Tate Leeson at the blue line. Drops it down low for Marker. Marker on the backhand. He shoots, and Hoffman closes it between the post and his stick. And we'll get an offense zone face-off at 11:03.
Another good save there by Hoffman. He's got 22 so far in this contest and just able to make plenty of saves. And one reason why this score is 8-1 is just based on goaltending and obviously that offensive production coming from the Prowlers. And they got both sides of it right now. Plenty of the forwards and defensemen getting involved on the score sheet, getting pucks on net, getting pucks back into the twine. Then also Hoffman standing tall when it needs to be, and Elmira starting to test the netminder, but not doing it too early in this contest. And the struggles obviously coming on the score sheet for the Mammoth.
So with 11:03 to play, it's our under 15 media minute timeout.
Just looking at it right now, the Mammoth, obviously you're down 8-1 with 11 minutes remaining in this contest. You got a hockey game here on Wednesday night at First Arena, and you're just looking to build and try to cut this lead down, create some chemistry with these new players and these new lines that this coaching staff has made up. And overall now you're just looking to build and get ready for Wednesday. Got to practice tomorrow and look to get a win here before this road trip and get back in the win column. The last time they won was December 11th against Watertown, a 2-1 victory. So Elmira needs to get back in the win column to stay pace and get ready to go in this Empire division.
Mammoth back with 5 on the ice. It's going to be a face-off picked up and worked the other way by the Prowlers. Pikarski looked to make a good defensive play. Now it's Virtanini working down. Kyle Stevens gets a stick on it. Henning keeps it in the zone. It's played deep below the goal line. Pikarski the first one on it. A good stick there by the Prowlers. Now it comes out for Joe DeFenny. Shot coming on. That one got off the top of the pad of Harley White. And O'Connor going to play it down. Bad out of the air by Henning. Played down with a high stick. But play continues. Finds Pikarski. Pikarski for Stevens. Mini 2-on-1 here. Cross ice looking for Marker. It goes underneath his stick. Now Marker on the backhand working towards the far side. He'll skate out with it at the blue line. Goes across for Papandrea. He sends it across looking for Tate Leeson. Leeson got a stick on it momentarily, but was handcuffed by the pass. Now Don Carter. Carter cross ice for Papandrea. Papandra gonna dump it in. Offlin comes out of his cage to play it. Comes right to Don Carter in the neutral zone, and Carter, his pass intercepted by Gino Mini. Under 10 minutes to play here in the period. Scantleberry works by, saved by White.
Quick chest there by White to get across, and Scantleberry changing his shot angle on the rush, able to get it around the defenseman and shoot it on net, but White making his frame a little bigger, comes out on top of the crease and makes a save for a cover, and an offensive face-off now for Port Huron after the media timeout.
So the under 10-minute media timeout here at First Arena. We'll honor our hometown hero at First Arena, thanking them for our service. So 9:45 to play here in the period. Port Huron with an 8-1 lead over the Elmira Mammoth. 39 shots to just the 24 for Elmira.
So we have an offensive zone face-off for the Prowlers as the referees get back in their area, and Port Huron comes out and the Mammoth come out. It looked like we're almost ready for puck drop once again. 9:45 on the clock. Shot totals 39 to 24 in favor of the Prowlers, who have put on an offensive show today with really a standout statement game after dropping 2 games to Columbus on the road and looking to end their losing streak and extend Elmira Mammoth's current 2-game losing streak. Both teams on that 2-game losing streak like we talked about at the beginning of the show.
Anderson on the face-off. It's on the stick of Carter, now loose out in front. Scantleberry able to get a pass across. Papandrea loses his twig. Dabari tries to clear it out of the zone. It's Gino Mini. He shoots on. Now Papandrea has it on his tape. Whiffing on the pass over in the corner was Sam Merritt. Comes to the near side. First one to it. Donning the new purple and orange. Chase Dabari wearing 97. It's Don Carter. Carter looked to blow by Mini. Down the near side. Zor's a hit from Shoemaker. Puck loose below the goal line. Now it's wrapped along, picked up at the blue line by Papandrea. Papandrea going to play it right back down to the far side. Chartran the first one on it. Now it comes back out. Anderson bangs it off the backboards. Picked up by Mini on the far side. Pass that works its way up for Sam Merritt. Merritt into the offensive zone. It's kept at the skates at Donnie Carter. Goes by Soilus. Now Scantleberry. He's not able to get it to Harley White. Now a shot is, and that one pad save. 8.5 to play here in the period. Chase Dabari looked to poke check it by, but it's kept in by Scantleberry. Shoots that one blocked out in front. And it clears the zone. Alex Johnson goes to pick up as the Mammoth get a change. Comes for Levac. Levac has that one off his skates, and it goes up into the Port Huron bench, and we'll get a face-off.
Puck goes up into the bench of Port Huron, but overall, there's a lot of back-and-forth hockey right now in the neutral zone, kind of still going in favor of Port Huron, and Elmira just seems like all night can't really connect a lot of passes, maybe a step behind each other, and maybe that happens once you have that holiday break and you haven't really skated with each other in a couple weeks and or a couple days, and you add some players to the roster.
So we get a quick icing here, and the message on the video board there, Elmira Renegades lacrosse coming to town. Box lacrosse here at First Arena. The Renegades will take on the Syracuse Spark. If you don't know anything about lacrosse, well, neither do I. But let me tell you, I watched the exhibition game, and boy, was it fun. So definitely make sure you come out to a Renegades game. First one January 7th against the Syracuse Spark. Alex Johnson able to keep it in the offense zone. Cross ice, Dalton J now out in front and tipped in, and they score. Matt Graham, the coach of the Prowlers, able to find the back of the net, and it's 9-1.
Matt Graham adding his name to the score sheet tonight, his 8th goal of the season. You just look at the chaos really in front of Harley White, just puck all over the place, couple bodies in front of the net, and Matt Graham getting the goal, and like I said, adding his name to the score sheet. Already has 1 assist on the evening, so he's got a multi-point night. Another player with 2 or more points for this Prowlers squad, and it's just a stat night for the Prowlers that they extend their lead to 9-1 with 7:45 remaining.
Matt Graham's 397th career point as they're right back at it. Freeborn cross ice, that one hops over the stick of Graham. He's looking for his second. 7:35 to play here in the period. Now another shot thrown on Harley White. He's able to make the shave with his shoulder. Marker looked to find a streaking Tate Leeson, picked off by Alex Johnson. That one off the back of the skate of Dalton J. Pikarski on the puck, right in front of the Mammoth bench. And now it's worked in. And a quick shot on, glove save there by Harley White, and we'll get a stoppage.
Good glove save there by Harley White, and just a couple unfortunate bounces in front of him tonight. Some good shots on some shot selections, especially on the power play, but overall, most of the goals are just some weird bounces with traffic in front. The Prowlers are doing a really good job making it hard for White to see the puck coming in on some shots, and it leads to some goals, and obviously it's working to get some traffic in front of that netminder.
Papandrea skates back, plays it off for Donnie Carter. Carter going to work his way through. Finds Chase Dabari. Dabari in the offensive end. Chase Dabari stops in the face-off dot. Sends a saucer pass across for Papandrea. Papandrea drop past Carter. Carter and Papandrea, a little miscommunication. It comes back in the defensive end. Goes off the sideboards for Anderson. Anderson plays for Dabari. Dabari will stop at the blue line and work back the other direction. Dabari. He has that one batted off his stick by Joe DeFeni. It's played to the far side corner. And now Port Huron will work their way back through. Kept at the blue line, now dumped right back down. Picked up by Merritt. Merritt tried to send a centering pass, nobody home. Dropped up in the air, drops right out in front for Soilus, but Hofflin comes out of his cage play. Now Levac tried to find Golo. Golo just too far. Now Campbell. Campbell took a shot, that one blocked by Dan Chartrand. And now he'll pick it up in the neutral zone. Golo and Soilus combine. A little friendly fire here for the Mammoth. Now Gino Mini finds Scantleberry. There's cross ice pass for Merritt. Nobody home. Levac for Campbell. Now Shoemaker. Shoemaker looks to send it out in front. Cross ice pass. And sent into the neutral zone. Comes to Harley White. He'll raise his hand, and we'll get an icing at 5:14.
Prowlers just really all over the Mammoth right now, and it's a lot of on-man rushes. They're just moving the puck around, and just one of those things where the Mammoth are kind of a step behind, and the speed from the Prowlers just really starting to show, and that team chemistry showing really on a lot of the rush, leading to some offensive opportunities, those grade A opportunities that really allowing them to take this lead and take the score and blow out this contest.
Worked out of the offensive zone, and Scantleberry with a one-on-one. He winds one up, and that one goes up and over White off the glass. Now Tate Leeson. Leeson, he's going to get tripped from behind, no call. Pikarski bats it out of the air, and Dalton J going to play it in. Harley White came out of his cage to play it, and Liam Freeborn lines up. Alex Johnson goes bar down. And it's 10-1 Prowlers.
A clap bomb bar down shot from Johnson for his second of the evening. The defenseman adding his 5th goal of the season. A really good pass from the low slot in the circle moves it right over to Johnson, and Johnson puts it right past White and starts to empty out this arena with 4:43 remaining in the third period.
Not much Harley White could do about that one. It's a perfect shot there from the Prowlers.
It's one of those things, the D-zone coverage lacking there from Elmira.
Soilis out in front, can't get it off his stick. It's Freeborn the other direction. Pass across the neutral zone. Nicholas Papandrea picks up. Drop pass to Anderson. Anderson going to play it down low. Now back for Anderson. Anderson shoots, stick save there by Hoffman off the top of his stick. 4:10 to play here in the period. Johnson. He'll work in. He's looking for the hat trick. Stops on a dime, looks for Dalton J, picked up by Chase DeBarre. Some extracurriculars happening behind the play. It bounces to Liam Freeborn. Freeborn and Soilis. Little pushing and shoving. Freeborn doesn't want to drop the gloves, but Soilis did at 3:47.
Yeah, Freeborn, that's the second time in that same shift that Soilis and Freeborn got tangled up. I was watching behind the play in the Mammoth offensive zone that they're connected together, and once again they meet at the whistle, and we'll have a media timeout now as 3:47 remaining here in the third, and we'll have another whistle.
Liam Freeborn, his first season playing pro from Calgary, Alberta. As we know, Stavros Soilis played some games for the Port Huron Prowlers just a couple years ago. Him and Liam Freeborn not teammates in that time, but Soilis knows a few of the guys in the red and white.
Yeah, just looking at the upcoming schedule for Elmira, obviously the game here on Wednesday, then a road trip this New Year's Eve weekend, Friday and Saturday in Carolina, and then some weekdays off, some practice days, and then Delaware at home at First Arena on Friday, January 6th, and Saturday, January 7th. So plenty of games upcoming here, and especially Elmira needing to get back in the win column. We'll see what these 3 minutes and 47 seconds bring. It's the chippiness starting to pick up here, and obviously they'll have a short memory for a game on Wednesday against the same opponent.
Regroup and get back to practice the following day. Tomorrow here at First Arena. Still 3:38 to play here in the period. Parker Moskal going to skate up with it. He's going to work through the neutral zone. Now he has on his stick. He takes a shot. That one blocked and played into the corner by Henning. Prowlers looking for a little more. The back goes off the glass. That one right to Moskal. He has some clean ice. Parker Moskal in. Has it on the backhand. Tried to go 5-hole. He's hooked from behind. And we're going to get
a penalty shot, looks like.
And let me tell you here, Parker Moskal, he has some tricks up his sleeve. In a 10-1 game, all you can do here is have some fun with it. And I've seen Parker Moskal have some pretty moves in his baggage. We'll see what he pulls out here.
Well, he's coming into the contest fourth in the FPHL in points with 15 goals and 20 assists. So the guy knows how to put the puck in the back of the net. Is a playmaker on top of it. So we'll see what he brings here. 3 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. We'll have a penalty shot here in FPHL action.
Parker Moskal skates in and he picks up the puck. Works closer to the far side now, skating in, shoots and scores! Parker Moskal adds one on. And he'll just skate over the bench as this Mammoth team obviously not satisfied with this result.
Moskal puts it low blocker side. You check out the replay. Just throws that on the blocker side of Hoffman, who was keeping his blocker a little too low and makes him regret it. Here's another angle of that shot, and it might have went 5-hole as well, but Hoffman unable to keep the puck out of the back of the net, and Moskal with his 16th goal of the season. Obviously not the score they wanted this then, but a positive at the end of this one.
Mosko right back into the offensive end, loses control of that puck, and it's Gino Mini going the other direction. Now O'Connor gets hit by Gino Mini. He'll be sent to the ice. 2:45 to play here in the period. And now Defendi just going to play it in. O'Connor up for Levac. Now for Gullo. Gullo going to skate down with it. Nick Gullo recently named an alternate captain for the Elmira Mammoth, and the man with the puck, Mo Levac, named captain of the Elmira Mammoth, the first in Mammoth history. Now Nick Gullo. Gullo looked to try and go up top, and Wyatt Hoffley kind of kicked the puck or kicked the goal off its moorings.
Yeah, Hofflin went to stack the pads, and I don't know why Gullo didn't shoot there. He had a wide open net. He was trying to get it on his forehand, but took a little too long, and Hofflin was able to get over there, stack the pads, and we'll have a stoppage here and an offensive zone face-off as Stevens going to step in against Sam Merritt, the centerman for both teams.
It works its way to the near side with just 2:10 to play. Tate Leeson creates a turnover. Tried to center it out in front. Puck's batted up in the air. As I mentioned, Mo Levac named the first captain in Mammoth program history, and the 2 A's were given to number 2, Tim O'Connor, and number 16, Nick Gullo. Very rewarding for those guys and very deserving for that group of guys to be named, as they have some leadership within this team.
Obviously leadership and some locker room guys in there, and that's why you get a letter.
Minute and a half to play. Puck works its way out. Now it's loose out in front. Don Carter, cross ice. Leeson shoots. That one goes wide. Working his way up is Johnson. Scantleberry now. He shoots, saved by Harley White. Played off for Jay. Comes for Kyle Stevens. Now up for Ryan Marker. Marker avoids the hit from Parsons. Has it on his backhand. Centering pass. And it's right to Johnson. And he's just going to flip it up into the air. That one bounces down in front of Nathan Campbell. Campbell strong on the forehand and plays it up. Dabari goes for Stevens. And Stevens tried to find Campbell. It's just too long for him. Henning picks it up. 36 remaining here in the game. Meritea has it on his stick. Marker able to clear it out of the zone, and just half a minute left to play here at First Arena. 10-2 for Port Huron. Pass up for Liam Freeborn. He goes across and looked to find a streaking Dalton Jay, who's looking for his second of the game. It's picked up by Chase Dabari. Dabari will skate in the offensive end. Chase Dabari centering pass. Meritea, he shoots. Now Stevens shoots, and he scores. Kyle Stevens gets his second of the season, and the Elmira Mammoth make it 10-3.
Well, Stevens gets his second point, and it's really on a rush there, and Dabari doing the work down low. He's able to find Stevens, and Stevens throws this puck in. You see it on the replay there, and Dabari able to find another player in the slot, create a rebound, and Stevens just crashing the net. Good opportunity, and it looks like the shot coming from Marchi. Good opportunity with 5 seconds remaining to make it a 10-3 hockey game.
So the Mammoths show some life at the end of this one. They are going to fall 10-3 as there's some pushing and shoving between these two teams. Stavros Soyas getting into it with Liam Freeborn again, this time in front of the Prowlers bench. But Zach, this one going to end 10-3. Obviously the Mammoths showed a little bit of life at the end of it as the extracurriculars continue.
Yeah, really not what you want, and it's one of those things where for Elmira you can't really get on the score sheet, and you want to, but you don't, and it's one of those things where you need to create some offense production. You do in the final minute there, and you show what it's all about, and unfortunately you got to do that for a complete 60 minutes, and they didn't do that, and they also struggled in the defensive zone, and Shipman didn't have a good start, and they were really unable to pick up their goaltender, and White came up, did a solid job, but unfortunately for Elmira, not the result you want. You drop to a 3-game losing streak, and you'll be on home ice on Wednesday against the same team. But the Prowlers, a really solid team, and they really showed it tonight. They brought everything here in the final minutes and right off the get-go, really.
So both teams leave the ice here at First Arena. We'll be right back at it again on Wednesday night against these same Prowlers. 7:35 puck drop between these two teams. We hope to see you either on First Arena or on the Elmira Mammoth YouTube or Elmira Mammoth Mixler. I hope everyone has a great rest of your night. Happy holidays. We will see you Wednesday. For Zach Case, I'm Jake Johnson here on the Elmira Mammoth YouTube. Have a great rest of your night.